welcome back, and welcome to the next uh part in the challenge run. As a quick reminder, I am only allowed to use Astro Express members and passengers in-game combat, unless, of course, a character is forced onto my team and I have no choice to have them on, but that is the only exception. And of course, every character that I use has to be unlocked through gameplay separately. So, without further ado, let's get in the game and see where exactly did we leave off last week. So, for now, we have been doing the Wolf Hunt quest, and speaking of Wolf Hunt, today is time for the Wolf Hunt. At least I hope so.
うちまだ準備ができてない。みつき、準備っていうのはいくらしても永遠に足りないもの。
Although, if we are forced to use Hunt March for this one, we might just be screwed. So, a quick warning, the Wolf Hunt might fail if we are forced to use March and go in without sustain. Which I believe we will be forced to use March and have four little Woho as a solo sustain. Well, I suppose I can add Natasha to the team and try to salvage the situation, but yeah. Alright. Robin was temporary. Sunday. Your sister did a great job in the jail, but now it's your turn to go back on team. But before we start, I have 11 tickets. And these 11 tickets need to be used up. So, where are we? This is where we are. We are not at the Salt Pity just yet. But, we can hope. Besides, even if we do get a pity, or a 5-star pull early, there's no guarantee we'll be getting Japard. There's no guarantee we'll be getting a character. But we are close enough to force it, if I need to. Though I did say that I will try to avoid forcing it until after we've done the first half of the Fate story. So, Japard, how about you come home? Like, right now. And that's not a 5-star pull. Oh well. At least Asta's stronger, though I haven't used Asta in like forever. But she is getting dialogues. Oh well. Well, that's going to be my luck, and that's going to be my luck. Now I'm 9 away from the next pity. And I sincerely do not believe that we will make it this week. Yeah. 59 pulls to a forced 5-star Japard. I really hope he comes home early, but, well, my luck is not exactly good. It's not exactly known for being good. Oh, there's somebody waiting for us. There's a lot of people around here. Alright, as a reminder, we are here for the Wardens as the Xianzhou Lafu's representative, and March is a bundle of nerves.
玉空様に言われてお二人を迎えに来ました。そういえば美月さんが元凶さんの代わりに森人を務めることが公表されましたね。先ほど選手広間を通った時、選手たちが美月なのかって誰という話題で盛り上がっていましたよ。
I guess we are not that famous just yet.
他の選手に何者かと聞かれたら、美月さんはどのように答えるおつもりですか？
How should a little sister introduce herself? let's see here. Okay, let's just introduce ourselves as March 7th, Yangshin's disciple.
うちは元凶行への弟子。あれ、よく考えたらこれって慶元将軍の孫弟子ってことになるよね。
Yeah, pretty
なん
much.
か大物っぽくない？
Climbing up the social ladder, I see.
私の名前を捨ておくなんて怒った。
Oh, only.
お二人ともあまり緊張していないようですね。急に決まった出場だというのに、そのような状態を保てるのはすごいことですよ。ウンリさんの選手情報はすでに登録されていますが、美月なのかさんの方は天白市で関連手続きを進めさせていただきました。選手広間はこの先にありますので、道なりに進んでいってください。
ありがとう、ゆうきさん。選手広間に行ってみよう。
I saw a chest here. Remember to guide it, grab it, and once the story's over, don't forget to climb into one of these. So that's quite a fun little adventure. Similarly, way back over at the dock where we started, there will eventually be a side crane you can fly into this region here, and there's some hidden goodies over on that side as well. But we cannot access them right now. There are also going to be shops that sell various stuff, like one guy who sells things in exchange for, well, good reputation. You can quite literally buy stuff with your reputation points here.
ここが選手広間だね。人がいっぱい。
Mm-hmm. It's a full house.
美月、演武典礼が始まる前にもう一つ指導してあげる。おじいちゃんがよく言ってるんだけど、持ち物は主に似るんだって。つまり武器は使い手の習慣と性格を反映してるってこと。私がケンちゃんを振るってるとこは見たことあるでしょ。それを見て何か気づいたことはある？
Well, your sword is very big, and your temperament is very fiery.
あんなに大きい武器を振り回してるんだもん。ウンリ師匠は策を練るより暴力に頼る方が好きってことだよね。その通り。私は常に切ったら終わりの単純で効果的な方法を取るようにしてるの。
Well, I wouldn't say cut. The weight class is more like crush.
相手の武器を観察して戦術の得手不得手を見極めることが勝利への近道になる。例えば重い巨剣は持久戦に向いてないから時間を稼ぐ戦法を取った方がいいとか。え、なんで自分の弱点を教えたの？
Just reveal your weakness, just like that.
そうしないと公平にならないでしょ。私も師匠としてあなたが他の人に負けるところは見たくないの。いい機会だから今のうちに相手を評価することを学んだ方がいい。この広間にいる人たちと手合わせしてみて。己を知り相手を知れば百戦危うからずってね。己を知り相手を知る。誰に声をかけてみようかな。
Right, it's time to interview our fellow contestants and try to learn a thing or two about them.
どれどれ、キラキラなものはないかな。
Now, there was a chest over there, and if I remember correctly, I did not remember correctly. But we cannot actually continue just yet, because Yumi will get on our case. But let's just, walk around and chat with the locals. Starting with the reporters.
この服どうもなれないわね。
あなたは元凶さんの代わりに出場する美月なのか選手。そうですよね。
そうだけど、あんたは？
ご覧の通り、 私は試合の取材に来た記者です。
天白士ってなかなか用意周到なんだ。面白い。
ええ、このような盛大な催しともなれば私のような人間は欠かせません。あ、そうでした。試合が始まる前にいくつか質問させていただきたいのですが、いいですか？
Alright, March. Smile, look cute, and give a very good interview.
ありがとうございます。まずは皆さんが一番関心を寄せていることについてお聞きします。両英の元凶さんですが、今日の演武天礼には来ていませんよね。
It's not like you haven't practiced for an interview yet, have you, March? Have you? She has totally forgotten to practice for a potential interview, has she?
噂によると彼は重傷を負ったとのことですが、それは本当ですか？
Oh, that's a slanderous rumor.
では本当の理由は？
Well, let's just say, I'm actually not supposed to actually say this, but he did bump into some serious relationship trouble.
なんとそんなことが。これはビッグニュースです。
Just fed your poor Yorkshire to the reporters.
では次の質問です。演武天礼ではさまざまな世界の剣の達人と刃を交えることになりますが、誰か交戦したいと思う相手はいますか？
Oh, say yes, there certainly are.
ズバリそれは誰でしょう？
Well, that would be my very, very lovely Master Yumi.
泉州主名から来た天才剣術少女のウンリさんですか？
Gotta give her some
お
credit
二人
at
の
least.
試合が今から楽しみです。
Oh, hi there! Welcome aboard!
インタビューにご協力いただきありがとうございました。
I would say Marge aced that interview like a champion. Even though she did totally give them a scoop on Yonching, but he'll be fine. He can manage his own PR. Sorry, Jing Yuan. Okay, let's just stop the logo guard. The soldier on duty.
何か用？
Let's just carefully observe that sword.
これは普通の運気軍の陣頭だけど。
Regardless, a very cool weapon.
ああ、いや、ごめん。美月なのかさん、ウンリさん。残念だけど、僕は選手じゃなくて警備を担当してる兵士なんだ。
I'm aware. Well, what I need to ask is, have you noticed anything out of the ordinary? Anything a bit more wolfish?
いや、いたって平穏かな。
No, that's an interesting saying.
ならよかった。よかった。
Dude. Learn to act better.
そうじゃなくて、平穏の平の字を兵士の兵に変えてみたんだ。兵士が穏やかなら何事もないってことになるだろ。
Goodness me.
この人、文字にしないとわからない冗談を解説してる。
Oh, poor guy. When, don't you know, the moment you have to explain the joke, it dies.
やっぱり口を開くと場が凍っちゃうな。
まだまだ観客は増えるから、
Poor
し
guy.
っかり警備してね。
Poor guy. Well, don't quit your day job.
了解。
Do not quit your day job. Stay as a guard. Don't try to become a comedian. It's not you. Now then, how about talking to an actual contestant straight from the Xianzhou Yaoxing?
くそ、元凶行営の評判を聞いて手合わせしたいと思ったからここに来たのに、まさか弟子を取ってたなんて。その上弟子に森人を代わってもらったって。こんなの妖精じゃ敵前逃亡だって笑われるぞ。
Hey! No need to be so mean.
というか、美月なのかって誰なんだ？
Standing right in front of you, actually.
うちが美月なのかだよ。
何？君が美月なのか？
Yep, adorable little cherry blossom right here.
安心して、うちは半月剣術を学んだだけの剣士だから。
美月なのか？君の前にいるのは200年以上剣術を磨いてきた運気の戦士だ。
自分を弱く見せるのも一種の戦術だもんね。そろそろ演武天霊の第一試合が始まる。美月、大丈夫？うちなら大丈夫。たくさんの人が集まってるのを見たら、なんか急に肩の力が抜けたんだよね。
Well, these contestants certainly seem very reliable.
他の選手たちを見てたら、なんとなく気持ちが落ち着いてきたの。師匠が言ってた己を知り相手を知るって言葉の意味が分かったから、さっきより緊張してないのかも。じゃあ会場に行ってみる？
Yep, I definitely want to see what the
そう
ring
言う
looks
と
like.
思った。じゃあ行こう。
Time to head out. Here we have a little bit of a market. You can buy some snacks, maybe grab some popcorn or a tasty sandwich. Shaped like a cat. Like cat bread sandwich. Those are way too cute, and damn, now I want to bake some bread. Make some of those buns. Make some kitty buns and then regret my life choices because there's no way to eat something that cute without feeling guilty about it. Or if you have more of a sweet tooth, you can go grab some chocolate banana cake, by the looks of it, some lemon pastries, or not quite sure what that red pudding or jelly is. But usually red means strawberry. Though it could also be cherry. Hard to say. Hard to say based on looks of it. Oh, damn, those buns are adorable. And yes, you actually do bump into these assets in other games as well. At least a suspiciously similar asset I have bumped into other Hoyo games as well. If it looks familiar at all, even if you haven't played Star Rail, that's probably because. Then we have the Soul Glad stand. Though this is not the original Soul Glad, because the original Soul Glad uses an ingredient that is extinct and unavailable. This is instead a Soul Glad that has been adapted to the Jianzhou taste, making it a lot more potent and a lot sweeter. Like, a lot sweeter. And then we have some citrus. Some limes and oranges. Lovely. Actually, let's just put the buff on. And I hear a chest. There it is. There are also other chests around the arena, and there is the arena. And just listen to that music. We're just getting ready for combat over here. So the machine, you can grab a drink while you wait. If Soul Glad is not your thing, you can grab some mung bean soda or a bottle of water, depending on if you like just plain old water or if you are I'm not gonna say it, but if you have slightly more refined tastes in beverages. Never tried mung bean soda though. I don't think it's a real drink. If it is, I have questions. Oh yeah, check these little alcoves. There are chests and puzzles in them, sometimes. Yep, and the arena is huge, and those... Just look at those cannons! They are ginormous! Careful where you point those things.
あそこ見て。あれが私たちが上がる演舞台。ウンリ師匠、うちなん また緊張してきた。本当に大丈夫かな。
Oh, poor March. Hang in there. He'll be fine.
緊張って今さら何言ってるの。もう
It's
す
a
ぐ時間なのに。
it's a little late to be nervous. The show's about to be on.
もう時間なの。海炎将軍に任された使命を考えると心臓がバクバクする。師匠、こういう時ってどうすればいい。
Deep breaths, March. Deep breaths.
心臓が動いてるなら別にいいじゃん。それより早くこの雰囲気に慣れて準備を整えた方がいい。私は感染の検査に行ってくる。これもおじいちゃんに任された仕事だから。今頃元気を師匠はどうしてるんだろう。ちょっと少しは集中してくれない？
And back to the Trailblazers' point of view. Or should I say Fei Xiao's point of view, considering she's the one doing all the work.
天白氏による精査航路の完成も完了しています。
I mean, seriously, Fei Xiao is basically a Supergirl. Like, she's the one doing all the work, and we're just here for moral support. She's strong, she's smart, she's capable. The only downside is that she's fatally ill. But she's a girl boss. And she can get this things done so well that we are basically just tagging along.
すべての機構長を動かして港に出入りしようとする人を全員スキャンして、くれぐれも警戒を怠らないように、事態を拡散させないよう、不審な動きがあったら可及的速やかに制圧すること。
はい。
二人ともこっちに来なさい。モゼの信号が近くにあるわ。でも一刻ほど前から連絡が途絶えてる。まさか彼なら大丈夫よ。
He'll be fine,
目標を捜索せよ。
I think, hopefully. Oh, there's Moza, and he does not look imminently well. It looks like over here I'm going to need to do the switch up as well. Grab that buff in case I need it. You know, he doesn't look good. But he's over there. He's alive at the very least.
待って、まだ近づかないで。
将軍、すみません。しくじりました。あの狂犬が俺をここに残したのは。
宣戦布告のためね。
This certainly looks like it. Your doctor is in danger.
そうだ。ずっとこいつの喉を切り裂きたい衝動に耐えていた。風霊様がここにとどまるよう命令を下されたのは。
I do not think these are Foxians.
かの有名な天撃将軍を一目見るためだ。堀人にとって不具体点の敵。この狩猟ごっこに参加できるだけの腕前はあるか。
Yeah, they are definitely not Foxians. Wrong
狩り
species.
は遊びなんかじゃない。生きるか死ぬかの戦いよ。意味者ども、死ぬ準備はいい。
Oh, considering this is main team, this should be no trouble at all.
少しは静かに
Just a
してくれない
single wave on top of that.
健康の
Yangshi is just completely fed up with all of this.
さあ飲め。
Yeah.
お前らに破滅への道をよ。
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Thank you for advice. You don't ask for it.
殴ったね。たまにはまじるうちのとっておきをくらえ。
And there, you are completely frozen.
行くべき道です。
逃がさない。
戦輪は総理世を注が。
Get into the ultimate stuff. And it's done.
モゼ、
Not even a challenge. Now Hula is gonna be a challenge. I'm gonna have to plan my team very carefully from what I have.
正気を助けられませんでした。風霊は想像していたよりも狡猾で手強かった。
教えて。あいつの宣戦布告って何だったの？一騎打ち、それとも人質交換？
Regardless, I'm worried for Jojo.
風霊はラフの繁華街を襲うつもりです。
And every single foxy and here lawful, of course.
なんですって。
まさか他に潜伏してるホリ人がいたとしてもせいぜい数十人程度だよね。それっぽっちの人数で繁華街を襲うつもりなの？
それが奴の切り札なんだ。将軍、風霊の体内にはホリ人が代々受け継いできた儒家の跡があります。俺は奴が古族をホリの老兵に変えるところをこの目で見ました。
That does not sound good at all.
おそらくそれが宣戦布告だったのでしょう。風霊の血は古族を急速に歪ませ狂気に陥らせることができる。奴は自分の血を部下に渡してラフ中に広め混乱を引き起こそうとしています。
Okay, I would say this is a time when you need to evacuate every single fox.
今すぐ天白氏と運気軍に連絡して通行禁止令を出してもらおう。古族が出歩くのを防がないと。
敵が宣戦布告したのなら、それはすでに向こうが行動を起こしたことを意味するわ。
このまま風霊の引き起こした混乱が広がれば。
前に私が言ったことを覚えてる？狩りではむやみに獲物の後を追いかけるよりも獲物が考えてることに気を配る方が大事だって。風霊はラフの人々が混乱に陥ることを望んでる。私たちの足並みが乱れ、限られた人員で隅々まで襲撃の兆候を探して少しずつ疲弊していく姿が見たいのよ。妖精の人が宴の席でする遊びに似てるわね。いくつかある茶碗のどれかに適当なものを隠して位置を入れ替えた後、どの茶碗に物が入ってるのか当てるやつ。
Yeah, but it's a fun little party game, and remember, if you ever come across a similar party game in the street, usually involving 3 cups and a bowl, don't play it! Whatever you do not play it. That is always a scam. They let you guess it once, maybe twice if you're lucky, and then on the third time, the ball is in the sleeve. Or under the table, or in the hand, or regardless, it's not under the cups. You are guaranteed to get it wrong. You will get scammed out of your money. Do not think you're smarter than the scammer. If you see a 3-card Monty or the game that Facial is describing right now played in the street and the host is inviting you to play, that's not a gamble. That's a scam. Don't participate in it. Call the authorities. Sheesh, the fact that we still have to remind people of that is just mind-boggling. Like, it's one of the oldest street scams in the book, and people still keep falling for it. Like, haven't you watched Heist or Hustle or any other scam TV show or movie? It's like, seriously. 3 cups and a bowl is one of the one of the oldest street scams ever. You should never play this anything other than a party trick among friends, when no money is at stake. Then it's fun. Randomly on the street, it's not fun. You're getting scammed. Don't play it. Just don't.
でも私に言わせれば、こんなのただの目くらましに過ぎない。風霊がどんなことをしようと変えられない事実がある。 それはあいつがラフに閉じ込められてるってこと。脱出するには適当な船を見つけてそれに乗り込むしかない。
Well, I don't see any ships available here. Except for one.
今あいつが見つけられる船があるとしたらあの強砲艦だけだ。
That would be where our friend March is, right now.
フーレンにとってあれは数えきれないほどの人質を乗せた船。強砲艦は奴の理想の場所であり、私たちの最後の戦場でもある。
でももし僕たちの推測が間違ってて奴が他の場所に行ったり、モゼさんの言う通り手下が老血を使って古族を感染させて混乱を引き起こしたりしたらどうすればいいんだろう。
I wonder how fast we can develop an antidote.
可能性が低い場所は見捨てるとか。
これはあなたが剣術以外に学ばなければいけないこと。比較と取捨選択よ。私たちはみんないくら自問しても永遠に答えの出ない問題を抱えてるの。人は決断する前に心の中の迷いを断ち切る必要がある。そして決断した後は後悔と戦わなければならない。
I suppose we are going to have to leave the Foxians in Ji-Yuan's capable hands while we go hunt down a wolf.
時には間違った選択をして罪のない戦友を犠牲にしてしまうこともあるかもしれない。敵の動向を正確に推測できたはずなのに、その実力を見誤ったせいで敗北してしまうこともあるかもしれない。
After all, at least I would like to think that the man is not just sitting on his hands while all hell's breaking loose, but as actually himself doing something, even if we don't actually see the actions.
それでも迷いは誤った選択よりも命取りになる。何があろうと私たちは決断を下さなくちゃいけないの。みんな分かったら命令に従いなさい。私は聖境に行って人々を避難させ今後の襲撃に備えるわ。地上の安全を確保するためにも全力で迎え撃たないと。
Okay, so that is the plan. We split up, basically. Seychelles goes where we suspect who will be, and everybody else is going to be on the ground, evacuating and trying to save as many people as possible.
七人君、剣木が再生した時と同じようにあなたも選手に力を貸してモゼと一緒に小宮を探してほしいの。
I will certainly do my best. Leave it to me. I just hope we're not too late.
将軍、強砲艦の安全は僕に任せてください。本当なら僕が演武台に上がるはずだったんだ。こうなった今、強砲艦に戻らないわけにはいかない。
わかった。もし風霊が強砲艦を襲ったら元凶、私が駆けつけるまで全力で奴を足止めしてちょうだい。
任せてください。あいつらが強砲艦に乗り込んできたらこの剣に誓って絶対に逃がしません。
So now we split up and hope that every single one is able to
この
work
戦
their
士の
magic.
領域で思い上がったホリジンたちがラフの繁華街を血で染めようとしている。我らの後ろには武器を持たぬ戦州の民と遠方より訪れた旅人たちがいる。諸君に問おう。運気軍としてホリジンの思い通りになっていいと思っている者はいるか？
Two words. Hell no.
いません。警戒を怠るな。聖境に伝えて、運気軍は限界態勢を維持、ホリジンの襲撃に備えるように。
秘書、狼の姿をした生物が聖境の各所を高速で移動しているわ。
Yukon's on the sea.
すぐ行く。私が着くまで持ちこたえて。
Off the Seychelles point of view. And it certainly is chaos. Now, that was an entrance. And now we are going to be
来たのね。
forced to use Fei Shao, but it's fine. This is actually an interesting mission, because this is actually the
今はラフ
mission.
にいるんだから、少しは遠慮してちょうだい。
This is what made me pull Fei Shao on my main account. Until this point, I was like, I'm not decided if I want Fei Shao. I kind of need my pulls. But then I played this, and it was like, yeah, saving tickets be damned, I'm pulling the girl. Why? Because this is so much fun. Come over here. You too. And you. Don't forget you. And I believe that's all of them. Yeah, it definitely did what he did though. They're just melted. And that is how I was solo Fei Shao. Yeah, Fei Shao was just that cool. Like, I even considered cosplaying her at one point, but unfortunately I can't have anything like that around my neck because it kind of gives me instant anxiety, so... The one thing that killed the dreams of cosplaying Fei Shao was that collar. I can't handle it, unfortunately. So I'm going to leave the cosplay to those who can. Now then, missions done, like fast like the wind. Now then, Yukon, everything's under control.
でも、超楽天と金人口は苦戦しているみたい。すぐに精査を用意するから。
戦いが長引けばこちらが不利になる。今は一刻も早く風霊の茶番を打ち破らないと。昇級はいつも何事にもほどほどに取り組めって言ってくるけど、この状況じゃとにかく戦闘を終わらせるのが先決ね。
If there is a plan for Fei Shao to use all her power, it may just be now.
超楽天に伝達。空に光が見えたら総員直ちに避難するように。
Okay. Okay. You see the light, you hide. Okay, that sounds ominous. What are you planning?
玉弓を貸して。
What are you planning? Time to one-shot every single wolf in the area? Wow. Boom! That was basically the miniature Lux arrow of Lon, fired right from those hands. Fei Shao strong. Just a bit of knockback. But as a result, yeah, we're just here for moral support and to save a fox. Now, where is that fox?
戦場に行くたび派手なことをしたがる。これで情報を聞き出せる奴が一人もいなくなった。昇級と風霊の居場所を知っている奴だっていただろうに。
Do you believe Xiao Xiao's still alive? I hope he is.
生きていてくれなきゃ困る。俺のような護衛は将軍の傍らにある取るに足りない影に過ぎない。だが昇級は違う。あいつの献身的な治療がなければ今の将軍はいなかった。
So in other words, You must take care of the doctor to take care of your general.
あのよく回る下で時間を稼いでくれているといいんだが。
Just enough time for us to save him.
おい、周りを調べてもらえるか。生きているホリジンがいたら教えてくれ。そいつらの口がどんなに硬かろうと、俺なら情報を吐かせられる。
Oh, it's too bad we don't have speak to the dead in this game. Alright, let's go. Scour through the corpses and hopefully find something that is still alive. That can at least groan to us the information we need with their last words. Oh.
恐ろしい一撃だった。
Looks like you are tough cookie.
まさかあれほどの力が古族の先祖の手にあろうとは。
Yeah, almost like the miniature Lux Arrow of Lon. You know, the one that actually wipes entire armies in one shot. And if you happen to be on the way, then, well... He is the god of friendly fire for a reason.
潔くそれでいて残酷。ここまで落ちぶれた我らよりもあの女の方がドゥーランの末裔に近い。選手が興味を持つのもうなずける。
Hello there. The fact that you still draw breath after an attack like that is certainly impressive. I'll give you that much.
お前のことは覚えているぞ、モードゥ。まるでどうやっても死なない虫のようだな。
At least a cockroach can be dealt with a physical force.
自分から姿を見せてくれたおかげで手間が省けた。
Now then, Moktok, will you talk or will we make you talk?
ここで
Choose wisely.
降伏しても遅くはない。フーレイ、それから昇級はどこにいる？
悪あがきはよせ、妖精の猿め。獣は皆罠から逃れるためなら片腕を落としても構わないという道理を知っている。私は今日その片腕になるのだ。長きにわたる狩猟生活の中で選手に付き従ったのはほんの一瞬に過ぎないが、あの方の存在は永久の月のように先が見えなくなっていた我らの視界を開き、道を示してくれた。ドゥーランの末裔は狼の国軍に背いた。生き延びるためとはいえ闇の中に隠れ同胞を貪ったのだ。もはや我らは狼ではなくネズミのような下品で哀れな存在になってしまった。
Oh goodness, enough rambling already, Moktok. Will you talk to us or not? Just tell me. Will you speak with your own words? On your own? Or will I make you?
だが風霊様の恩恵により私たちは彼の広い見識と老血を賜った。ドゥーランの末裔は狼の群れの勝利のために生き、勝利のために死ぬのだ。
Looks like that's the latter.
来い、妖精人。その爪と牙を見せてみろ。貴様と私、どちらかが生き絶えるまで戦おうではないか。
Rather than fangs, it should be beak and claws, considering the Raven theme.
これは驚きだ。犬風情が他者に尽くそうとするとは。だがお前は一つ勘違いをしている。ここに一対一の公平な決闘など存在しない。俺たちに敗北した後もその態度を貫けるといいな。
Huh. Sunday just advanced himself forward. No need to be such a fanatic.
お前たち、1000年前と同じように侵略と虐殺ができると思っているのか。真打ちに立った者
I'm going to save Huohuo's ultimate until after her turn. so that I can make the most of it
戦輪は
to
権
not
限
just
した
not just to restore energy, but to also restore her
勝利
stats,
世を注が
so that I don't have to heal unnecessarily.
持ちこたえなければあっちは俺様だけで十分だ
Okay, protect the glass cannon
たまには真面目に行こっか
and see you we can freeze. Molto, chill out a bit.
うちのとっておきを食らえ
Take a chill pill.
殴ったね
明晰人
Well then,
に健康の
everything looks fine.
必ず渡され
どんなに壮絶な犠牲を払おうとホリジンお前たちの戦いと死は名誉に値しない
モードゥは願いを叶えたようだな
You!
お前の宣戦布告計画は失敗に終わったこの先どこに逃げようと秘書将軍がお前を捕らえモードゥと同じ末路をたどらせるだろう
貴様の口は爪よりずっと鋭いようだだが邪魔をするな小僧貴様らの将軍と話をさせろあの女との狩猟ごっこはまだ終わっていない
下がりなさいモゼ私
Oh,
はこ
Fei
こ
Xiao.
にいるわフーレ一体どんな話がしたいの
You made it here fast after that little cleanup of yours.
天撃将軍我々は戦場で顔を合わせたことこそないがここまでの道中貴様の部下と医師から興味深い話を山ほど聞いた先週は大胆だな堀の血が流れる先導将軍の座につかせるとは
Who cares about where her blood is from? Seriously, who cares about her origins? The point is where her loyalties lie. That's the important part. Her loyalties lie with the Shenzhou. And she has proven herself time and time again.
貴様の血筋を疑う者はいなかったのかそれともその輝かしい功績で人々を黙らせているのか
戦場で自身と敵に関わりがあることを告げるのはある種の慈悲を請う行為とされているフーレあなたは私に慈悲を求めてるの
Just turn that right on him and say, are you trying to take advantage by claiming filial relationships here? You begging for mercy, Holy?
貴様には狼の残忍さだけでなく狐の狡猾さも備わっているようだそれは堀人からの贈り物だ俺には自分が送ったものを回収する権利がある
Oh, as if.
天撃将軍最後の正体を出そう強砲艦で待っている貴様が来る前に俺は大虐殺を行いこの700年間輝きを失っていた暁を再び発動させ灯らせる人々が注目するあの船を血に染め先週がいかに弱く無能であるかを世に知らしめるためにな
That is one grand plan you have. Would be a shame if someone were to ruin it.
そして俺は強砲艦に乗りあらゆる障害を乗り越え故郷への帰路につきあの艦船を堀最高の機関とするのだ
It is also very kind of you to explain your plan so that now we know that it will fail.
それが成し遂げられるまで貴様には しくは俺に殺される機会がある。これが貴様のために用意した道だ。
After all, as everyone who has read enough knows, a plan explained to the reader is a plan killed by the author.
その挑戦受けて立つわ。覚悟しておきなさい、フーレン。強砲艦に足を踏み入れた瞬間からあなたは死への道を歩み始めることになる。
And now the only point of view.
お前さんたちに託したのは演武台上の勝敗と永辱だけではない、強砲艦の安全もだ。おじいちゃんってばいつも軽い感じで難題ばっか押し付けてくるんだから。もうすぐ最初の試合が始まるけど、元凶はうまくやってるのかな。
Well managing.
計画通りそろそろ強砲艦にいる運気軍に何か気づいたことはないか聞いてみ。試合が始まる前に美月に会いに行った方がいいかな。この時間なら選手控え室にいるはず。ちゃんと準備してるといいけど。
Okay, let's check out on March first. She must feel one bundle of nerves in
お
her
じい
room.
ちゃんに言われた通り。
Okay, it's not this way. It's right here.
美月、私、ウンリ。今少しいい？
Yeah, she's a bundle of nerves.
そそっかしい。緊張してるみたいだけど。
さっきまでそんなに緊張してなかったんだけど、一人で控え室にいるといろいろ考えちゃうんだよね。演武典礼に参加するだけじゃなくて重大な任務まで背負ってるなんて。
美月、落ち着いて。
Don't worry about the mission. I'm here to help you.
私がいるんだから任務のことは心配しないで。それよりおじいちゃんのラフを代表する森人って言葉に飲まれちゃダメ。胸に手を当てて考えてみて。あなたは請求列車の七死人でいつも自由に旅をしてる。それなのにおじいちゃんに任務を言い渡された後、私と一緒に強砲艦に来てくれた。
どうしてって、演武典礼が無事に開催されてほしいと思ったからかな。七死人ってどの駅でも通りすがりの旅人なんだけどさ、ここは2人の師匠とたくさんの友達に出会えた場所だから、みんなのためにも絶対に演武典礼を成功させたいの。
いい答えだね。もうすぐ試合が始まる。私はおじいちゃんに任された仕事を片付けに行かないと。美月、あなたの宝剣が曇ることなく勝利を収められるよう祈ってる。
ありがとう、ウンリ師匠。
おじいちゃんに言われた通り、強砲艦にいる
The
運
only-
気軍たちに状況を聞かないと。
You can give a pep talk successfully if you want. And yes, Yuli is mandatory for this team. And that's a big sword. That is a big sword for such a tiny girl. Only where do you put all those muscles? How are you so skinny even though you can lift that much? Shizho natives must be built different. Alright, let's just start with the soldier on duty. Enough admiring Yunli's swordsmanship skills. Oh, yeah, don't mention the sword in her ultimate. That thing is a mountain splitter.
あれ、ウンリさんじゃありませんか。何かご用ですか。
Perhaps, you know, perhaps I should unlock Yuli early. Because then I could use her in Divergent Universe and show how it works. Although, unfortunately, Yuli is a 5-cost character, so there is no guarantee she'll even be in the gacha. Or rather gacha, the store. exactly are the Cloud Knights doing?
海燕将軍に指示された通り、各自すでに自分の持ち場についています。
わかった。でも最後に一つ確認させて。
Right, do you have any way to identify boars in?
残念ですが、今の僕たちにホリジンと古族を見分ける手段はありませんね。
Oh crud.
ただ、偽の身分については運気軍が急いで調査を進めています。
Alright. In that case, I would like to confirm if there have been any irregularities in boarding.
あ、それならちょうどよかった。実は先ほど緊急の乗船要請がありまして。
Yeah. Oh, right. Right. Divergent Universe, you can use any team you want. Yeah, Currency War is the one I was talking about. Well, Divergent Universe would also work since you can actually borrow any already released character nowadays, so that would work probably easier than Currency Wars in fact. But yeah, in Currency Wars, she's a huge DPS. With that big sword of hers.
緊急の乗船要請？
はい。強砲艦に着艦予定の精査の一覧には記載されていませんが、通帳は正式なものでした。
こんな時に乗船？その精査、今どこにあるの？
選手用の停泊場所から乗船する予定ですが、案内しましょうか。
一人で行くから大丈夫。あなたは自分の仕事に集中して。急いで確認しないと。
Okay, there's somebody who recently boarded, unscheduled, and not on the list. But the identity checks out. I wonder who it could be.
これより保安検査を行います。この精査に乗っている方は直ちに検査を受けてください。これが例の怪しい精査。乗ってる人は10数えるまでに出てこない場合、精査を破壊します。
You no need to go that far.
10、9、8、7、6、5、4。そろそろ数え終わりますが、3、2、1。
待って。
You really waited till the last second, did you?
僕だよ。ただの保安検査で本当に船を破壊するつもりなの？まさかこれも使命の伝統？
Knowing her, she just might. By the way, you're not a Boris in disguise, are you? Oh, that suspicious look in her eyes.
ホリジンの変装がうまくても、僕みたいな小柄な人になるのは無理だって。早く剣をしまって。
Oh, so you admit you're short.
ケーゲン将軍地の元凶くん、あなた将軍と憂いを共にするために森人を諦めて狼狩りをするって言ってなかった？
Well, the wolf hunt is kind of spread.
地上でホリジンたちが襲撃を始めたんだ。秘書将軍はそれが風霊の目くらましなんじゃないかって心配してて、だから僕が強砲艦の援護を申し出たんだよ。
はあ、あちこち回って最後は強砲艦に戻ってくるなんてね。でも残念だけど、あなたは演舞台には上がれない。おじいちゃんの言う通り、私たちの弟子の美月なのかが森人を務めることになったの。どう？誇らしい？
それだけ聞けば確かに誇らしいけど、でも同じくらい心配かな。
とにかく強砲艦は広いから正直人手が増えるのは助かる。そうだ、あなたは知ってると思うけど。
Yeah, those trimmers are not exactly nice. It's not reassuring. I don't think this ship is supposed to make that noise.
強砲艦の速度が下がってる。まさかエンジン室に行こう。この艦船の中枢だから、まずはあそこの安全を確保しないと。
Right. After the engine room. The ship is not supposed to make a sound like that. But remember, we are not actually in a hurry. We are only in as much of a hurry as the game makes us be, and the answer is not very much.
エンジン
So,
はこっち急ごう
you can just walk. You don't really need to run.
暗殺の日
So we'll grab that buff. There. I'll just grab some materials while we're at it. And also pick up every chest that you see. Like that one over there. Oh, there's the engine room. That's a big box. That's a very suspicious big box. Yeah, it's always nice when it's not timed.
おかしいなんで誰もいないの
So of course you can always run for immersion.
いやここにいる
Uh-oh. That is not a good
お前
sign.
たちもこいつらと同じように床に転がってもらうぞ
Oh, I have a feeling you guys are not foxes.
心配するなガキどもここは広いからなお前たちの死体を隠す場所には困らない
Alright, whether you are a real Foxian or a fake Foxian as your name card says, I believe whatever happens next is a legitimate count of self-defense.
本当は全部僕の杞憂で天武天霊が無事に開催されればいいなって思ってたけど
こいつらはやっぱりここに来たこれでもうあれこれ考えなくて済むかかってきなさい意味物
I'll actually start with Sunday.
あなたを守る
Now, he only is a follow-up attack character, and this is not a proper follow-up attack team, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just run her as a hyper character for now.
自分の実力試してみる
Who knows? Maybe I'll get to show off her ultimate soon. There should be enough turns to charge it. There it is. That was a big sword.
一応
And there was the mountain splitter.
変
Yeah,
人室に狼が
those
2頭
wolves
い
did
た
not
ってこと
stand a chance.
もっとたくさんの意味物が侵入してるって考えた方がいいもしかしたらもう風霊も強砲艦に乗り込んでるかも
演武天霊はもう始まってる説明してる時間はない私の推測が正しければ調整したホリジンは天霊で大虐殺を始めるはず急いで演武台に向かおう
Oh. Guess we're in a hurry back to... Back to...
私が演武台まで連れて行ってあげる
Alright, Excuse me, I would rather not engage in combat right now. So, grab that in case I need it, and the 4-4. You're up.
こっち間に合ったみたい
Open, open, open. Open up. Made it. And did not have to fight unnecessarily. Every single wolf that came our way was absolutely terrified of the tiny little fox girl that screams at the sight of a ghost. Brave, ruthless wolves indeed. Very brave. And this is the moment when a legend gets screen time, although it does actually raise more questions than answers Because now don't think Albert actually gets screen time in the main quest, but he does in the Warden's event later on that I may or may not end up doing at all. Because I don't actually unlock any character there. As far as I remember, at the very least. But the funny thing is, if you pay attention, you will notice that the first of all, he's not exactly as round as he is in the special programs. That's the first thing you'll notice. The second thing you'll notice is that those are Pepeshi animations. Which begs the question. Is Albert an owl? Or a Pepeshi in an owl costume? Way to go. Fully. Way to go, ruin an event. Interestingly, the audience doesn't seem all that scared. These are not the Foxians you are looking for. These are not the spectators you're looking for. This is not the Wardens you're looking for. This was a trap. And you, Mr. Hule, walked right into it. So basically, every single spectator here is actually a warrior dressed up as a spectator. And all of this, everything that happened here so far, has been a big farce to make it seem like everything is alright, while in reality, the competition was postponed, and all of this is just a very elaborate ruse to guide Hule exactly where the army is. No, we just need to take care of the wolf. 3 to allow us before the Wardens at the seat of the line forest site.
意志必決。これがお前さんの言う演武典礼を開催するための計画なのか。
ああ、本来なら風霊が脱獄した時点で演武典礼の開催は中止すべきだった。あの凶暴な獣がどこを襲うかは誰にもわからないが、典礼のような祭事は彼の標的になる可能性が高いからな。ただ準備期間が長かったこともあり、演武典礼は何としても開催しなければと考えていた。そのような状況で中止を宣言するのは心が痛む。というわけで、そのまま開催しようと思ったんだ。だが、今日開催するのが本物の典礼である必要はないだろう。
Sneaky as a fox, Jingyuan, and you are not even a fox.
乗船する観客と選手全員を運気軍と入れ替えれば、空高く浮かぶ強砲艦は狼狩りの絶好の戦場となる。
そうは言っても、仮に風霊が演武典礼を襲わなかったらどうするつもりだったんだ。
Oh, he will. He has no choice but to. Or if he wants to escape, he needs a ship. All you need to do is make sure that that ship is the only one that he can see.
その場合は、できるだけ強砲艦に目が行くよう誘導しただろうな。
天白市に航路を整理させ、他の星座の通行を減らすんだ。空に浮かぶ艦船が一隻だけになれば、彼も行かざるを得ない。飛翔将軍は注意を引きつけ、ポリ人の退路を断ち、行くべき場所を見つけたと思い込ませる。ラフにいるホリ人の内通者については、私が責任を持って圧をかけ疲弊させよ
う。いいだろう。この老いぼれもついに体を動かす時が来たようだ。わしは事態が制御不能にならないよう、天白氏と共に玉海門を守るとしよう。
You know, it is quite a shame that we never get to see Huayan in action. Because this tiny old man is a seasoned warrior and one of the strongest ones in the entire Shenzhou Alliance. Would be quite a sight to see him in action. But, alas, we did not.
猿王が最後の保険を引き受けてくれるのなら、私も安心だ。
I suppose the last line of defense never needed to engage.
この狩りで、我々は風霊に分からせなければならない。遵守の矢尻は、常に彼らの一歩先を行っているということを。
Perhaps they are. That would certainly be something. Playable Huayan when? We need more grandpa characters.
さっきの揺れ、何だったんだろう。船の速度も少し遅くなった気がする。ホリ人が強砲艦に侵入したのかな。海燕将軍の指示通り、うちもそろそろ動かないと。
Pretty much time for you to hit the field and get an action. No, March 7 is actually necessary. I'm gonna have to check. Is there a way for me to actually optimize the team a little? And the answer is no. There is not a way to optimize the team. Unfortunately, there is no way to optimize. At least not much. If we had another follow-up DPS that we could use, that would be good. But we don't have one that's legal. Unfortunately, the only other follow-up attack that I can think of immediately is Topaz, and I don't have her. So then, I suppose I'll try with this team that I have now. Just because Dunhong is that strong. But, push comes to shove, I'll go full March 7 Hyper Carry and get Robin. Or maybe a double healer. Yeah. Actually, yeah, on second thought, let's just switch to Robin since he's technically a follow-up support. Let's go! Just full March 7th. This is a full-on March 7th Hyper Carry team. Poor little Fofo has to do her best to sustain, and unfortunately there is no such thing as a follow-up healer. The best healer for this team would actually be Gallagher, but Gallagher is not a legal character for me to use. He does not appear on the ship, basically at all. That's going to have no effect on this combat. I just hope that Fofo can sustain this. Now then, I'm going to need to choose somebody to act as Marcus Shifu. Okay, let's see how does this work. When using basic attack or dealing enhanced basic attack damage triggers the corresponding effect. For Erudition, Destruction pumped Remembrance deals additional damage. For Harmony, Nailed Preservation, and Abundance, the toughness reduction increases. So it's going to be toughness reduction regardless of what I do. So I believe, hold on. I should go either Fofo or Robin. I think I'll go with Fofo. Yeah, Link and Hyacinth technically, but again, can't use them. Okay. But yeah, the choice of Fofo and Robin is that they also give March their break damage, so I can actually deal wind damage to these things now. Okay, this is a bit of a tricky thing. It's going to be there. Then Sunday, March. That almost took care of him. Then advance forward. Oh. Take care of that bird there. Now March is basically advancing herself forward with Fofo attacking. You got the 7. I think I'll actually save Robin's energy. Don't forget to grab the chest. Looks like unless I get one shot, everything's fine. Actually, let's grab Fofo so that I can scream at enemies if necessary. Or technically, she can scream at enemies if necessary. Okay, under the careful planning and deliberation of generals you're about to face, the powerful warriors and enemies. Make your preparations in advance. I'm ready. Not really. But I have no choice. I'm just going to have to hope that Fofo is going to be able to sustain this fight. But you know the drill. If we fail, we get some items and try again.
私たちの上にある演武台で運気軍と戦ってる。
Though I do kind of wish that Yuli or Yanshin was the one mandatory character. But no, it's March.
この演武天礼は先習人たちの目に入ることはないし、一本取ればいいだけの検討でもない。これは栄誉なんてない。ただの危険な死闘。美月、それでも行く？
Well, as your disciple, I'm ready.
弟子が師匠の出陣を黙って見てるわけにはいかないじゃん。
ウンリ、水木さん、二人の宝剣が曇ることなく勝利を収められるよう祈ってる。
あなたの宝剣も曇ることなく勝利を収められるよう祈ってる。うちも二人のやっぱいいや。とにかくみんなが勝てるように祈ってる。
それじゃあ行こう。
And time for the Wolf Hunt Showdown! And possibly getting my ass kicked the first attempt. So it does make you wonder, if you put March, Yongxing, and Yunli in the same team, could you beat the spot?
待たせたねフーレイ
赤子を七に送り込む
赤子じゃなくて
Let's put the speed.
ラフの森人だよ
Okay, this is gonna be a bit tricky because I kind of need March to have her turn, and I don't want Hule to have her turn. His turn.
気をつけた方がいいよ。
So
に負ける感覚は老いぼれ狼には消化できないかもしれないからね。
So what I'm going to do is first apply buff with Robin and immediately use her ultimate. Like, right away.
ヤニゾンが響く
Because this way the entire team will advance forward. I can pick a Shifu, use March's ultimate.
星々の反響
Because right now March does not break. And it is very important to break. Because if you break, you actually deal more damage. Even if you're not using a break character.
剣術を見せるとき清流白虎ミルクティー最高フレ
Well, that's chip damage basically.
もう一人前だもんね
Again.
この身をもってあなたを守れ導こう
Let's actually clear things up a bit. Okay, they are hitting pretty hard. They're hitting hard indeed. Okay, there's one less wolf.
今こそ真の剣清流白虎ミルクティー最高フレ
So now we can focus on Hule for a while. He certainly knows how to talk. This is very annoying. This is a very annoying effect. You know, I think Fofo is going to have to focus on healing after all.
この身をもあなたを守れ導こう
Yeah, but clearly possesses a raid, so he's very angry. After enemy attacks, it will increase, and after an ally attacks, it decreases.
そろそろ次の学章に入る時間よ
Okay,
もう一人前だもんね
I will save that energy for a bit.
今こそ真の清流白虎ミルクティー最高フレ
I'm gonna use it strategically just before Hule gets a turn.
10人は相手できるよ
Like, right now, March is going to attack. Then Fofo gets to attack. Guess he's weakness broken. Then, March gets to attack again. And after that, Robin
とっておきを食らえ今宵星々の反響
gets to sing again. Advance the team forward. Sunday for fast forward March. Then Fofo gives him a whack. Restore everyone's energy. Sunday gives March some energy. March uses her ultimate.
ミルクティー最高フレ
And we are 63%. And he summoned another pop. Uh-oh!
もう一人前だもんね
Alright, this is actually scary. I'd like to think we're okay.
また足手まといに
Again, this is one of those things that I would like to believe we are still okay.
魂星々の反響
Yeah, that's actually scary.
清流白虎ミルクティー最高フレ
We are still alive.
もう分かったは
Okay, 40%. looks like we are managing for now. Tula is doing a good job monologuing. We are almost a third of the way there. I'm actually quite impressed how well this is going. Looks like everybody has enough HP to survive Tula's onslaught. Now Robin, I actually want her to support, but I'm going to need her to attack, otherwise she might actually go down. Because that debuff is the worst. So we need to clear it. It feels like we are almost there, actually. But do you believe if I go all out, like, cannot actually heal her right away. So let's just break that one. We'll have 2 lane supports on his side. That's not the best timing, but the battle is almost over, so we can afford to be a little careless. But just a little bit careless. Not too careless. I just hope that whenever Hule attacks, he actually hits characters who can afford to get hit. Let's attack Hule and clear that debuff as well. 7% left. Yes, we are done! We are done! First try clear. Following rules of engagement, like perfectly following rules of engagement actually. This feels good. This feels good. Unlike that Nikador fight. Unlike that Nikador fight that we are stuck on because the team is just not tanky enough to survive his big attack. This feels good. Don't worry about the rest, this is scripted. So it is kind of annoying that he landed that hit on Robin as a final FU to us. Not that it did much to him. Yeah, Holy's not feeling very good. Xiao Xiao's not looking very good. Poor guy. Holy had no mercy whatsoever.
つまりお前にとって今の僕は何の秘密も持たないただ死を待つだけの獲物というわけですか。まだ逃げ道があるとでも正気貴様を取り繕っている仮面は剥ぎ取った貴様と貴様の使える将軍が隠している秘密のことも全て把握している。しかし選手様も自分の秘密を教えてくれたではありませんか。確かに教えはしたがそれを活かせる時は来ないだろう。貴様はここで秘密と共に埋葬される。自分の使える将軍が
悲惨な未来を迎えるところをその目で見ずに済むの。
Oh, Huli, do I have a surprise for you? But seriously, the next hit I land on you will be for Zhao Zhao.
あの女は自分の行く末をよく理解している。いつの日か戦いの中で次第に激しくなっていく月狂いに圧倒され、変化と怒りの中で四分五裂するとな。
I have to say, Huli's villainous self-confidence is downright infuriatingly disgusting. There is a reason why everybody hates Huli, and if not just his performance in the Memory of Chaos, where he certainly gave a trauma to many different players, or not so much trauma, more like just a source of annoyance, really. Everybody hates Huli. Which just goes to show that he may just be a well-designed villain who is pure evil. Like, there is no redemption here. There's no redemption arc, there is no redeeming feature, there is no, but he was a victim all along kind of thing. No, he's just evil. Which makes his downfall feel that much better. And after what he did to Zhao Zhao? Oh, I wish how I could use a very tanky dot team to take him down. But I can't. I don't have the units for that, I don't have the tank units for that, but I would love to make the guy suffer and take him down slowly. But no. Yeah, he's a very hateable villain. And if you're a fan of Zhao Zhao, he's an extra hateable villain.
これではどちらが意志なのかわかりませんね。どうしてそんなに自分の判断に自信があるのですか？
そろそろ時間だ。行く前に貴様は俺が何をしようとしているのか分かっているのだろう。
陰血種。戦の前に血を飲み狂気を刺激するホリジンの風習ですよね。
El Chao.
かなりの時間を費やして俺たちのことを調べたようだな。だが貴様はここで終わりだ。
あなたが医師の昇級先生。
僕に何か用ですか？
Oh, my poor son.
あの時、あなたが私を救ってくれたって聞いたの。
感謝の言葉ならいりません。
医師なら、私の月狂いも治せるわよね。
治したところで何になると、また戦場に行き、今度は死ぬつもりですか？言っておきますが、その体では戦うことはできませんよ。
じゃあ、あなたは戦争を治療できる？
何をわけのわからないこと。僕は医師です。できることと言ったら。
あなたにできるのは、私たちを治して戦争の治療に行かせることでしょう。
随分と大きな口を聞きますね。
Don't they shall.
この戦争は何千年も続いている。この先も続くでしょう。戦争の治療？君たちは無駄死にしているだけではありませんか？
Here she is, lying in a hospital bed, in a field hospital bed, barely having escaped the death's door, and she's the one giving the pep talk to the doctor. Yeah, Feisha's definitely up there in the best girl competition.
どんなに懸命に治療してもこの世に存在する病や死は消えないけど、それでも必死に命を救おうとしているあなたたち医師と同じように私たちも戦い続けたいの。もういない人たちの気持ちを代弁することはできない。でも月魚将軍、そして帰ってこられなかった戦士たちだって絶対に無駄死になんかじゃないわ。彼らが戦いに出たのはより多くの人を無事に故郷に返したかったからよ。あなたと同じようにね。昇級、これは命令よ。私を直しなさい。
How do we get a pricky child to eat green chilies? How do we get a suspicious and devious wolf to drink down poison? I've already told you the answer. This was a line that makes my heart sink.
死を待つだけの哀れな獲物に過ぎないですか。
When I first saw that line, when I played this arc first time, that line made my heart sink. Because here, Xiao Chao down poison. He poisoned his own blood to poison Hule. Because he knew Hule would try to eat him. He really, really took one for the team, and I was actually worried about his health and safety. And his life as well, because not only is he fatally injured, he's lost a lot of blood, he's also fatally poisoned. So, he needs intensive care right now. So, Moza and I better hurry.
好きなだけ僕の血を飲むといい。フーレ。ただ、残念ながら、僕は秘密を持たぬものじゃない。ずいぶん前に服用したジョージさん。毒はすでに僕の全身に回っています。遅かれ早かれ、それはお前の体にも牙を向く。
You can only imagine how much tumble dust Jojo would have had to down for it to affect Hule after being diluted by his metabolism. Like, survival is a miracle. It's a very smart move, it's a very risky move, and he was definitely ready to die doing this. This was an act of pure self-sacrifice for the sake of his friends. And are you trying to see why I said a few streams back that Xiao Chao's devotion to his friends is in a comparable level to Dan Hong? It's just that his devotion is directed towards Moza and Fei Xiao, while Dan Hong's is towards the entirety of Astral Express. This foxboy was willing to die for his buddy.
世界最悪の毒でも向こうの命を救えるのなら良薬と言えるでしょう。
But still, doesn't mean my heart didn't sink during this cutscene. Doesn't mean it didn't hurt. And doesn't mean it doesn't hurt right now. Watching it a second time, knowing that he will be fine. Well, relatively speaking, fine. The fact that he's even alive is a miracle. But yeah. And you know what the saddest thing is? Well, let's not get to that now. That's a bit of a spoiler. there is one really sad thing about this entire situation. Like, extra sad.
全力を尽くして治療する。秘書様、この取るに足らない命で僕は約束を果たしました。
There is nothing insignificant about your life, Xiao Xiao. Don't stop selling yourself short. You are amazing.
どうか妖精に勝利を。
Alright. Enough about that depression. Time for action, I suppose. We need to just quickly shake off the depression and continue. Yeah, you're right. It's no wonder Xiao Xiao was nailing it with that case of depression. Yeah, we can go just straight to the ultimate. Now, Hole is feeling a little sluggish from having having down Tumble Dust, and now it's starting to finally kick in. Like how I barely got started and he's already taking damage. This is going to be easy. Well, considering the last round was fairly easy, obviously this will be as well. Well, I wouldn't say easy exactly, but it was possible and we did clear it first time, and this second round is supposed to be even easier. Considering he should be feeling that Tumble Dust by now. Hole. Oh, he figured it out. Figured it out that it was the fox who had the last laugh. Alright. Just a hit and then refresh for stats. We don't quite get Sunday's ultimate though. Well, we do now. Not quite enough to march. And Hole is taking dot. He's taking dot. He's got the Tumble Dust effect, which at the start of each turn consumes 5% of his HP. Oh, Hole, you may have drank his blood, but he's the one who gets the last laugh. Basically, this is now a battle of attrition. All you really have to do is just survive. You just need to survive. Who is going down? Let's minimize the number of little wolves. They are quite annoying. Hole is going down slowly. Actually, let's just give him a break, a bit of a break. We'll just skip the little wolves. Oh, you think we can't beat you, huh, you big bad wolf? Okay, little wolves are weakness broken. Now we can attack Hole with the ultimate. And again. To refresh the buff. Well, those Those wolves hurt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Robin, oh no. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is the worst. Well, I suppose I did say all I have to do is survive. I suppose I can just rely on for surviving. She has the HP. Doesn't really do anything, but refreshes HP. But yeah, this is this is frustrating, but it's also kind of funny that half of my team is dead. I've lost my DPS. I've lost my follow-up attack buff character, and who is still going down because of Xiao Xiao. So hey, I guess we can say that victory goes to the Fox Boy. Xiao Xiao, you're the one who beat Hule. Yep, and that's it. Lose the DPS, win the battle. Do it, Yongxing. You can do it. Now that must have caused some sort of a trauma in Hule to be triggered. Alright, Faye's on the scene. Faye's on the scene. Oh, Yangxing joined the team temporarily. We're just looking from his perspective this time, but yeah, what happened now is rather interesting. The thing is, Yangxing is Jing Yuan's disciple, but Jing Yuan is Jing Liu's disciple. So basically, her movements were transferred from Jing Liu to Jing Yuan to Yangxing. And he was doing such a good job that Hule saw his old enemy in him. Good job, kid. Good job.
あなたたちが持ちこたえてくれてよかった。この狩りは無事に終わったわ。元気？体は大丈夫？
But still, I have to say, it was very funny to win that battle, even though half my team was down. All I had to do was have Huofo survive, and everything else was just child's play. Oh, just script me a victory, why don't you? Yeah, General. Good job, sit left there.
死ぬかと思った。途中で風霊が地上にいないことに気づいて急いで駆けつけたの。慶元将軍が愛弟子を失うところなんて見たくないからね。戦場に駆けつけるのが遅れるなんて初めての経験だったわ。あなたたち若者の剣が早すぎたって言うべきかもしれないわね。
Oh no, Lord Spatial, you did not arrive here late. You were just in time.
正直、自分たちを守りながらあの獣を引き止めるだけで精一杯だと思ってたけど、あなたたちは力を合わせて風霊を倒してみせた。ほんと末恐ろしい若者たちだわ。
Oh, we didn't do anything. It was all your doctor.
さあ、おしゃべりはここまでにしましょう。今は一刻も早く風霊を収監しないとね。
びっくりした。正直もうダメだと思っちゃった。 将軍が来てくれてよかった。元凶、お手柄だね。ところでさっき風霊を倒した最後の一撃、初めて見る技だったけど。
Well, that would be my special finishing move.
もしかして覚えたいの？教えてあげてもいいけど。まずはこの怪我を治さないとだね。
ちょっと悔しいけど、あの技を教えてくれるなら、あなたの方が私よりちょっとだけ上だって認めてあげなくもない。
Aww, look at you, Lee. Knowing exactly when to give compliments. Alright. And the team actually works for this as well because... Actually, Yanxing is also a follow-up character. But I believe I'm going to need a tank. Like a proper tank.
実に印象的な一撃だった。昔あの女に敗れた時とよく似ている。
Well, she is kind of a sort of his grandma.
700年以上が経ち、ようやく拘束から逃れられたと思っていた。だが俺の腕は衰えていたようだ。貴様らの勝ちだ。
Admitting defeat, aren't you?
あがくのはやめなさい、風霊。優秀国に戻れば後悔に苛まれる時間はたっぷりあるわ。
確かに俺は負けたが、これも計画のうちだ。
Yeah. Time to deal with Huli. Now this is a level 88 boss fight. Drink down the Crimson Moon and receive a spoon, or we can simp by it. Now recommended type is right there. And I don't believe I need Yanxing anymore. Although, whoever I add into the team doesn't really matter.
なんでもない。どうせ言っても聞かないからな。美月さん。思う存分、その実力を。
You'll see what I mean when I say it doesn't really ultimately matter.
ずっと楽しみにしていた狩猟ごっこもこれで終わりだ。
I mean, you could use Yanxing, but I have not done Yanxing's quest yet, so you better not. If I had done Yanxing's quest and therefore unlocked him, I would probably take advantage of that, but unfortunately, as I can see now, where exactly is Yanxing? Where is that kid? Anyway, he's not allowed. Oh.
あれは堀の選手の心臓、樹下の後の産物よ。後のことはあなたたちに任せる。
将軍、それって
あれを拡散させるわけにはいかない。私が暁を飲み込む。状況が変わったら元気運気軍の軍旗を実行してわかるわよね。
Do your best, Fei Xiao. Do your best. hold on. And don't give up no matter what. We will help you. We will save you.
何？私たち耳は生えてないんだけど。
強豪艦から出すわけにはいかない。
将軍、私たちを敵だと思ってるの？
幽霊のやつ、命をかけて将軍を罠にはめたんだ。
Yeah, basically. Basically, Holy decided that it's time to take down the general using any means necessary. And Fei Xiao is tanky. He's very tanky. Keep attention on Don Hong, as well as make sure he's safe. Oh, it doesn't really feel good to have your ally as an enemy.
こうなった以上、逃げるなんて選択肢はないよ。
It's also rather tricky to try to save as many skill points as possible. Now, Facial's weaknesses are also rather tricky. I mean, I suppose worst case scenario we can bring back Fire Trailblazer. No, I don't believe the Fire Trailblazer is capable of taking Fei Xiao alone. That should apply at least a little bit of break. Yeah, we are still good. We're still good. But she is definitely not one to freeze. Base attack to the ultimate. Give Jianhong some shield. 4-4 does not need to heal. Yes, heal Facial Stir. Fully powered, triple attack. We are still alive. Still holding on. Does Fofo need to heal? Yes, Fofo needs to heal, not because somebody's low on HP, but because we need to refresh our stats. And we are nowhere close to ultimate. Still holding on? Right. Let's go to March's ultimate. Does Facial have freeze resistance? No, I don't think March's... I have rebuilt her a little, but still, her affected rate is... Okay, it's only 80%. But still, failure 3 times in a row? Makes me wonder if Facial has crowd control resistance. Well, I suppose I can. Okay, let's see. Safeguard, damage taken is decreased, remove the weakness broken. Yeah, control res, yeah, so she does not, she basically resists crowd control. That explains why March cannot land trees.
足手まとい。
茨を越え冬去れ。
The one thing I do wonder, where does that burn come from? Like seriously, where did that burn come from? No one in my team can burn. Protect Sunday. Alright, that's good. This is good. This is good. So now from Sunday to Dunhong. Dunhong's ultimate specifically. Then I'll advance and forward with Sunday and I should be able to get a triple attack off. Oh no, I messed up. Messed up there. March, you had better beat the awesome trees. Nope. Either that or land hit on Popo. Okay, we're flying. Alright, there. There. Situation salvaged. Okay, ultimate chain from Huohu to Sunday to Dunhong. Messed up my cycles there for a moment though. Okay, then protect the DPS. Because this time I did enemy can't dot the death. But seriously, where does that bird keep coming from? Does Facial hurt herself? Does Facial burn herself? Keep casting Tempest to wind damage. Wind damage. Deals wind damage and has a self. Must be a story effect of some sort because there is no source of burn over here. But hey, if the enemy has self-inflicted dot, I suppose I should take that as relief. Because that means if I just survive, the battle will end in my favor. We're holding strong. Okay, we cannot quite do an ultimate. But now we can. Okay, we're at 14%. 10%. And everybody has full HP. So we should be able to deal with this wave at the very least. The bad news is if we fail, this is going to be a long battle. So I do have incentive to not want to fail. And this should do it. No, 1%. Oh, that should do it. Put us into a script raid.
将軍の期待に応えないと。
必ずあなたを直してみせます、秘書様。
And right into a cutscene from that moment, essentially leaving us on a cliffhanger.
永遠に生きられる人なんていないわ。正家、今回私は約束を破ることになる。ここは強砲か？それとも元凶、運気軍の軍旗を実行してわかるわよね。
彼女を行かせちゃダメ。
目を覚まして将軍。
貴様は決まって困難な戦いに物神を投じる。
And now we're in Fei Xiao's perspective of everything.
今のようにいつも逃げることを知らない。おかしいと思わないか。敵でありながら俺は貴様の仲間よりも貴様のことを理解している。
フーレイ。
この怒り懐かしいな。これが求めているのは勝利ではなく狩りそのものだ。そうだろう、秘書。
まさか、どうしてあなたが。確かに死ぬところをこの目で見たのに。
ならば俺のことは幻覚だと思えばいい。
Right, you're trying to take over her body. Well, I have to say, for somebody who considers Foxian blood to be an abomination only fit for consumption, you certainly are open-minded when it comes to taking over bodies. Is that Boris blood being present really that much of a pro?
いつもは狩りに失敗すると次の狩りに備えるが、今回は違う。今回だけはもう次はない。昇級から貴様の話を聞いたとき、俺は奴が秘密を隠していることに気がついた。その秘密の意義にはあの医師本人ですら気づいていなかったようだがな。運命とは皮肉なものだ。確かに今日という日が来るのを待ちわびてはいたが、まさかこのような形で訪れるとは。だが受け入れよ。低級の天将の強固な心の守りを取り払い、暗がりの片隅に何を隠しているのか。
Now then, I have never actually lost the battle. Yeah, Fei Xiao temporarily joined the team, and unfortunately, she's also a mandatory character this time around. So it's going to be a bit tricky to arrange a team that fits her. We need her. She needs to be there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. But other than that, we need to make up a team from the characters we can use. Now, Dunhong has 0 synergy. Fei Xiao is actually a follow-up character. So, yep, I do believe the correct course of action is to put up Robin, March, and for defense, and Quaffle for sustain. This team should work. Maybe. Maybe not. We can try. But anyway, Fei Xiao is mandatory. We cannot clear this combat without having Fei Xiao, so we're going to have to use our usual exception to the rules and allow her. Now, another thing we can do is pair Fei Xiao with Hunt March, but then poor little Huohuo would have to sustain alone. Oh, that's actually worth a try. But I don't think I've actually built Hunt March that well yet. Let's just ignore the visions. We can't sprint past them. Don't really need to pay attention to them much. There is no doubt, Hule. You can stop barking.
あなたの言う弱肉強食は詭弁に過ぎない。私を揺さぶることはできないわ。フーレ。
好きぐらいの怒りに任せて殺戮を働き戦友を知らせた。天撃将軍、お前は同盟の信頼。
This is all an illusion. No need to pay attention to that. The future that will never come. Yeah, this is just Hule being a dick. To put it mildly, sorry for the strong language, but that's just how it is. Hule is just being a dick. Not yet. And she's prepared for that outcome, by the way. You can stop barking now.
恐怖を植え付けようとしてるのね。でもこれはただの幻に過ぎないわ。
Yep, I cannot prep for the combat by putting up buffs or shields, so I'm going to have to make do with what we have. Not that I actually have a character that can buff at the moment, now that I think about it. So it's not really that big of a deal. But if we do have to back out and regroup and try again, it's going to be a long battle. Oh, as if. She's a fox. And she will always be a fox. Now stop barking, Hule, and accept your end.
何よ言ってるの。
So all of this can be taken as foolish dream for the future that will never be. And I sincerely doubt that Feisha will choose your way. This is a future that shall not be.
それが私のために用意された道。もう一人のあなたになれって。
There's nothing similar. Oh, who will I dream on? Keep dreaming.
答えは言うまでもないわよね。断るわ。
Yep, she can. She can be whoever she wants to be. She can do whatever she wants to do. And she chooses to be a Foxian. And she chooses to not follow your ideals.
分かってないわね、フーレン。あなたは私が何を望んでるのか全然分かってない。
You're trying to convince the wrong person with bribes.
まだ子供だった頃、同種の無知と鎖から逃げるために、私は初めて自分の手を血に染めた。
キョリ、止まっちゃダメ。もう無理。サラ、あいつらまだ追ってきてる。まだいる。だから止まらないで。キョリ、空の光を見て。
That is not a fun light.
あれは流れ星。星が私たちを照らしてるの。
Oh.
あれに願えば自由になれる。
Oh, that shooting star will grant you freedom, alright? And it will grant some other people freedom from their bodies permanently. Because that's not a shooting star, that is the arrow fired by Lon towards the armies fighting. With, no regards to who it will hit.
みんな逃げられる。みんな自由を手に入れて、それを他のクールにも分けられるの。
About that.
だから早く、私たちなら逃げられる。キョリ、一緒に逃げよう。
どこに向かってるのかもわからないまま、私たちは走って走って走り続けた。そして両軍の追跡から逃れられたと思った時、空を飛ぶ女性一人の運気軍に出会ったの。残念ながらクールーの仲間たちを解放しようと彼女を連れて故郷に戻った時、そこに残されていたのは大地に開いた底の見えない大きな穴だけだった。
That is unfortunate. Yeah, Lon is definitely the god of friendly fire. He shoots his arrows towards the army being hunted, and if the army happens to hit his own followers on the way, then so be it, I suppose. He doesn't seem to care all that much. His aim is absolutely atrocious, or more like he has so much firepower, there is no way to aim it accurately. One of those statements is probably true.
それから私は運気軍の仲間と光の軌道を何度も追いかけ、その光が落ちるところを数えきれないほど目撃した。そして少しずつ理解していったの。あれは願いを乗せた流れ星なんかじゃない。あの荒野の出現は救いようのない世界と無数の世界の消滅を意味してるんだってね。私は天球の神に祈ったわ。もう流れ星が落ちるところを見せないでって。
So wait, actually is rather sad and also intriguing that the way of the hunt is to take care of a problem before Lon decides to get involved. At least the Fei Xiao's way of the hunt is to make sure that Lon never has to act. Because if he acts, then only devastation follows. Because Lon either is not competent enough to shoot only at the enemy, or he just does not care enough about his followers to spare them from his wrath targeted at the army on the other side.
でも神は答えてくれなかった。
Like, Lon is a god whom even his own followers beg to look the other way. Don't listen to the facial. He's just barking. He's just an injured wolf barking.
かもしれないわね。で、あなたはどんな願いのために戦っているの？フーレ。いつの日か誰も流れ星が落ちるところを見なくてよくなるように、一人でも多くの人が私と一緒に生きて妖精に帰れるようにするためよ。
か
Well, yes, and that is part of what makes Fei Xiao so amazing. She is unwavering in her principles. Oh no, you will not, Lule. You will not.
私とあなたは似ている。どちらも戦いのために生き、戦いのために死ぬ化け物。あなたの言う通りよ。だから天に祈るの。たとえ神々が答えなくても、遵守の矢尻が化け物の心臓を貫くように。私が見えてる？流れ星。
Now then, Fei Xiao.
雲がごとく空を覆いて。
Time to defeat Hule once and for all.
最後までこの誓いを守り抜く。
Just like the emanator of the hump that you are, dying for one more wolf hump. Assuming I can beat it, of course. Uh-oh.
なら私はその変装を暴いて自分の無能さを分からせてあげるわ。フーレン。
The thing that there's theoretically possible for you to die during the cutscene. Yeah. What you need to do is a break, but we don't really have much of a break here. We're gonna have to... but basic suggestion. Pick a target and stick to it. Okay. Hopefully you're going to have to heal. Robin, I'm going to have to save because I need to protect Robin actually. Because she can take a hit. Okay, good job, Poho. This is a very follow-up attack heavy battle, but we don't really have a follow-up attack team to use, so yeah, all I can do is hold. That we will manage to defeat the Shadow Fei Xiao. I feel like the one that needs the most protection the most is Robin. I don't need to heal or not, which is good because I don't exactly have the ability to heal right now. Okay, let's go for that one. Okay, Resonant Rupture. Going strong. Let's give Fei Xiao some protection even though she doesn't need it. This is a very tricky battle that combines follow-up attack and break. The first wave is actually a lot easier. This is supposed to be the easy part. It's supposed to be the easy part, and you can die during the cutscene. It's actually... Okay, would you please, for the love of Heat Ho-Ho? The shadow face shell hits hard. Having to balance all of this is actually quite hard. Yeah, I didn't quite make it in time, but it doesn't matter, we're still good. March is working overtime trying to sustain this team. Now freeze won't work, but it sees some damage. Yeah, those... Not as easy. It looks like we're almost through the first phase. Yeah, 5% left. Keep those stacks up, Popo. March, you better protect Robin. She's a lot weaker than she looks. Okay, I'm going to save that Robin ultimate there. This should actually take a second phase. Did I succeed? Yes, I did! Oh! Gave myself some time to prep. Now, this is actually going to either make it or break it. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Oh, for goodness sake, whoa whoa. She can take it. I'm sorry, Ho-Ho, but this really is best for everybody if the enemy attacks you. This is not good. I don't think I can actually do this. I'm actually starting to feel... I'm starting to have doubts if I can actually do this. Okay, Robin's ultimate is up. Okay, we got Facial's ultimate. That one is weakness broken. Okay, looks like we can break the head. The more we can break, the better. Okay, March, your job is now to protect. Okay, Facial doesn't have a break. So what we are going to do is just attack somewhere and trigger Robin's ultimate to completely skip the Shadow Facial's turn. Okay, we are still good here. Protect Facial. Now the question is, can we take it? Can we tank this? Looks like the answer was yes. Okay, I can't exactly break the main body, but I can break this target. And the more I can break, the better. Okay, well, I don't need heal. I should be able to get enough energy for the ultimate now. Okay, I'm going to refresh Robin's shield. And hope that whatever it is I'm doing now is going to work. Alright. So I'm going to go from Facial directly to Robin. Yeah, nobody needs a heal. Shields are currently good. I'll take this chance to gain some SP. Alright, we're halfway there. Halfway there. I am a bundle of nerves right here. I guess all I can do is breathe and hold. Deep breaths. Oh. Okay, for goodness sake, stop attacking Robin. Right. Can I do this? Yep, I can. Right. Face does a wall. March for shield. Because unfortunately our little songbird here is not exactly a fighting type. Need to refresh that. Okay, now I'm going to need to refresh all the stats in case I need heals. March, we probably will not be able to. Okay, third of the way. Well, 2/3 of the way. Okay, that was a bit early, but I'll take it. Because she is the boss. Do not underestimate Facial, Hule. For such an act will be the key to your downfall. Thinking that our queen has such a weak heart, would have such a weak heart that she would fall for your taunt. Did I make it? Okay. 11% left. Everybody is at full health. Robin is being protected. Okay, I should be able to get right back. Though I honestly not sure how much I'll need it, but there's no reason to give the Shadow Face Shell any more turns than I have to. And right. Looks like my fears were unfounded. No. I'm not gonna lie. I got lucky. I got seriously lucky. Because if Shadow Face Shell, that is, Kool-Aid's ghost, had specifically and systematically targeted Robin, this run would be dead. Because Robin cannot take 3 hits from this monster. Had he at any point targeted Robin, I would have lost. But he didn't target Robin. And Kool-Aid's inability to target my one weakness ended up being his downfall. Okay. Okay, Face Shell time to show this boss. Well, that was an intense battle, I would say. And damn, does this feel good. That was a sweet victory.
私の敵はいつだって自分だけよ。
That was close. And with that, the wolf hunt is truly over. The wolf mission has finally come to a smooth end. As the warhead defeated and slain, the wolf troopers can no longer resist and completely overwhelmed by the Cloud Knight, me, Mimosa, then finally Xiao Xiao, Death's Door. At this time, there's no more business that must be settled with the affair around Hula's jailbreak. So yeah, we found Xiao Xiao. He is in a bad condition, but he's getting medical help. He will live. And at the end of the day, Hule does not get to laugh. Now then, let's adjust the theme a little.
Mitsuki.
We'll go with that. Not that I'm going to need any of this. What exactly are you looking at, Sauron?
粒子の当然です。
お久しぶりです、粒子様。今回は友人を連れてきたのですが、よく考えたら彼も部外者ではありませんでしたね。
当然、長老。俺が追放された時、すでに転生する年齢だったはずだが、その姿は一体。
Oh, that is certainly unexpected if you were an old man at the depths of the door when Dunhall was exiled only a few years ago. It wasn't that long. there's no way you would have had the time for a natural hatching rebirth in that time.
前世のあなたのおかげとでも言っておきましょうか。タンフーが独断で行動していなければ一族を解放するためこのような姿になる必要もありませんでしたから。タンコー殿、あなたは二度も戻ってきておきながら私たちとは顔を合わせようとしなかった。それが残念でならなかったのですが、まさか今になってこのような場所で会うことになろうとは。
I mean, why would he ever come and meet you? You're not friends.
今日はレイサについてきただけで昔話をしに来たわけじゃない。
そうでしょうね。こちらとしても指定様からの招待を断る理由なんてありませんから。
指定の座についてからというもの、探偵士には解決しなければならない問題が山ほどありまして、こうしてお会いするまでに時間がかかってしまったこと、どうかお許しください。優秀国から脱走者が出た件についていくつか証拠をお送りしましたが、目は通していただけましたか？
ええ、送っていただいた魔音の実の意外、優秀国の地図、それから肝心中継譚は全て拝見しました。
Yep, all evidence from the Hule case.
あの意外は雲銀の術で姿を消していた資格のもので、優秀国でホリジンが自由に行動できるよう手助けをしていました。そして線が書き込まれた地図は脱獄犯の逃走経路。当時優秀国の建設には寿命族の職人も知恵を貸してくれましたので、きっと当然様も同じような地図を持っているでしょう。
Oh, that wouldn't be a wonder if he had such a map. And the pill itself must have required a very skilled alchemist to create.
肝心中継譚ですね。あなたたちの考えている通り、私は優秀国の脱獄事件に関与しています。
それはつまり探偵士に薬王秘伝と絶滅大君が現れ、大混乱に陥ったことも、性格が持ち込まれたことも、剣木が再生したことも、寿命族と関係があるのですか？
Yeah, very suspicious indeed.
さよう。
Oh, wasn't exactly unexpected, but still brings me pain.
将軍の命を受けてここに来たのは私の自白を聞くためではないのですか？少しでも同情しているのなら、そうするに至った動機も理解できるかと思いますが。
I believe John only has two words for you. One starts first, and the combination word starts with an F and ends with a U.
陰月の乱の後、寿命族はどんどん力を失っていった。リュウソンは追放され、私と数名の粒子は必死にこらえながら混乱を収めなければなりませんでした。過激な方法だったので理解されないかもしれませんが、今回行動を起こした理由は他でもない。寿命族の存続のためです。
Yeah, that would be difficult for a race that cannot reproduce on its own, or at all, really. But here's a more peaceful suggestion. Two, in fact. Consider this my favor to you. There are two ways to solve this problem, without having to rely on this sort of BS that you try to pull. Suggested number one is stop throwing yourself in the battle. That way, fewer bodies will get damaged beyond the sort of condition at which they can be retrieved and returned to the Scale Gorge waterscape for reincarnation. So that way, you lose fewer lives, or more like you lose fewer bodies, and therefore your race does not lose members as quickly. And you can more easily maintain the status quo of how many Videodara are in existence. Suggested number two is contact Ruan May and research cloning. That's it. Just research cloning and start cloning yourselves. If you cannot have children by mixing of DNA like the other races, then the only way for you to reproduce is through cloning. So yeah, those are my two suggestions for you. Both of them are fairly peaceful.
先習人は時価の後に関する全てを禁忌と定め、寿命族の苦難に対しては傍観を貫いていた。炭鉱殿、レーサ殿、寿命族であるあなたたちならこの苦悩を理解できるのではありませんか。私はただ生き延びたかっただけなのです。
And yet the little old me came up with two alternative solutions that required a lot less drastic actions right up the top of my head.
寿命族が直面している問題は知っていますし、生き延びようとするのも罪ではありません。ですが、いくら生き延びたいという気持ちが強かったとはいえ、長老の行いは限度を超えている。まるで繁殖しか知らない獣のように、人の心も慈愛もないではありませんか。
ほう、高貴なる龍脈を自称していても、私たちは直立走行する動物に過ぎません。死の存続は基本的なこと。私が獣のような真似をしなければ、寿命族は人以下の存在になっていたことでしょう。
Oh, they are totally fine.
古来、聖人は人ならずと言われているように、竜尊は一族の存続を維持する責務を放棄しました。故に、私が悪役を演じるしかなかったのです。
Seriously, dude. What you have is, I'm pretty sure that whatever mental condition this guy has a name.
レーサ殿、炭鉱殿、過去は過去です。しかし、寿命族の未来は依然としてあなたたちの手に握られている。ラフの情勢が一変した今、我ら寿命族は心を一つに、陰月の過ちを繰り返さないようにしなければなりません。
ラフの寿命族が同盟を裏切ったことについては半信半疑でしたが、長老の自白を聞いて信頼を語るのは無意味だと感じました。
Yep, there's no point talking about trust to a traitor.
同盟の戒律を破り、寿命族に災いをもたらしてまで再びの繁栄を得たとして、
Oh, I would love to do just that, but you just don't have to wait for it. Because that smack belongs to somebody else. Or, I think it's the other action that starts with an S, in this case.
あなたは大きな思い違いをしているようですね。私のしていることが成功すれば、同盟は寿命族を救世主とみなすでしょう。
It is so unfortunate that I can't just reach across the screen and hit him. Can't. Hand's too short. I would have to grow much bigger in size to reach the other side of the screen and to land a quick black on his face.
あら、生存の話ができないと踏んで、次は利益について語るつもりですか？
同盟と北条の民は1000年もの間決戦を繰り広げていますが、決着は未だについていません。その理由を考えたことはありますか？それは同盟が勝利すれば次の北条の民となり、敗北すれば滅亡の危機に瀕してしまうからですよ。故に同盟は長きにわたりこの歪な均衡を保ってきました。同盟の救いの道は硫化妙法に隠されているのです。他の生命体を寿命族に変える方法があったらと想像してみてください。同盟は無尽蔵の兵士を手に入れ、
死や怪我による人員の減少に苦しむこともなくなるでしょう。
Now, I'm certain that some people would definitely take that deal. But still, the reason behind it is disgusting.
ひとたび戦争が終われば兵士たちの繁殖は止まりますので、彼らがはびこり災いが起きることを心配する必要もありません。これこそが先週同盟を救い、ジオンによる宇宙の苦しみを断ち切る最善の道。この道へ人々を導けるのは我ら寿命族の他にいません。
And your way to achieve this is to wipe all color from this universe.
その持論で寿命族の無知な人たちを言いくるめ、あなたのために命を懸けさせたのですか？失望しました。あなたの考え方はもはや人のそれではありません。運気軍、
待った。
What now? You disgusting little prick. Alright, now you can whack him.
それにレーザー、みんななぜここにおる？
あなたたちが手紙を届けに来た目的を理解していないとでも？大方、軽減から探りを入れるように言われたのでしょう。
Your way to try to pass or fail this test is to abduct the healer
同盟と寿
and
命
my
族の
dragon daughter.
寿命族の領土では寿命族に血を流させてはならないと定められています。あなたたちはラフのリュウソンの目の前で盟約を破るおつもりですか？
Eesh, you really are going to break the rules and then rely on us following them, huh?
Ryuju-sama, 大丈夫ですよ。長老、寿命族の聖地とリュウソンはあなたの保身のための道具ではありません。
まるで同盟や民を憂いているような口ぶりだったが、最後には幼い少女を己の保身のために使った。滑稽で哀れだな。
That's not just pitiful, that's just outright gross. Seriously, what are you doing? You're a grown man. Why are you hiding behind a little girl? Seriously.
私はただ生き延びたい。生き延びようとすることは罪ではないですよね。同じ寿命族ならあなたたちもこの苦心を理解できるでしょう。
But I have a better suggestion.
私は皆さんのために波風を立てずに済む。
I have a better suggestion.
保つ方法を用意しています。
Screw the rules, you're going down. That's my suggestion. Or more like, but did you forget that, not everybody here is bound by the rules of the Alliance?
さあ、今すぐ林縁峡を離れ、同盟の上層部に報告をあげ、録音に請願してください。
Oh, as if you're going to be granted the mercy. You know, as if you're going to be granted the mercy of being cleansed of your crimes.
お前の思惑はお見通しだ。転生すれば寿命族の前世の罪は帳消しになる。竜士たちが転生の過程でした小細工も知っている。当然は当然ではなくなるが、本質を見ればお前はお前のままだ。
Because that is exactly what happened to you.
俺は何も知らないことを口実に許しを請うつもりも、お前たちが責任から逃れようとするのを放っておくつもりもない。
Off to jail with you.
その空気の読めないところには以前からうんざりしていましたが、転生してもそれは変わらないようですね。
Well, why would it change him? At least by that much. Still the same soul.
白露、あなたはラフの寿命族のリュウソンだ。今の考えを教えてくれないか？
So what do you want, Bailu? Do you want us to listen to him? Or do you want us to save you?
わしはここにいとうない。これ以上誰かの言いなりになるのは嫌じゃ。わしは操り人形ではない。わしを連れて行ってくれ。
Yeah, that is also true, considering Tauron it barely acknowledges Dunhong as his own person. It is a surprise he didn't address him by the name of his past incarnation. But yeah, Bailu, you want me to save you. You want my husband to save you. Okay, Dunhong. It's your show now.
わかった。
You know what to do.
名役によれば、同盟の民はここで寿命族を傷つけてはならないようだが、今の俺は自由に生きる七死人だ。
Yeah, I always hated you. You don't even know the guy. True. True. As far as this incarnation goes, Tauron and Dunhong have barely even met. And now, yeah, the Alliance is not allowed to harm Dvigadar here, but Dunhong is not exactly part of the Alliance anymore, so, Tauron, you forgot about Tiny Loophole, and now that loophole is about to be, just big enough for a spear to pass through.
先週の名役で、俺の槍を縛ることはできない。
That felt amazing. Good job, Dunhong. Okay, let's just summon the bunny. It's going to be a little strange with my DPS being on number 4 instead of number 1, but I'll live. This is just a single wave battle anyways. Okay, so Dunhong's ultimate is Sunday do a refresh. The bunny's on the field. Lynch's bunny's on the field, good. This battle will not take nearly as long as Hule. So Marge is going to need to apply some shields. Thankfully, Lynch's bunny does a good job healing. Okay, let's start with the glass cannon. Now will you freeze? Ah, finally something's willing to freeze. Okay, onto the ultimate. And the spell should be over in just a few more turns. I do have to say, the game's... After Rappa's quest, the game started to be a lot more strict with story characters. Like, as you remember, you could actually not have Rappa at all for the final battle. But later on, having a story character for the battle became very much enforced.
大丈夫ですか？大丈夫じゃ。助けてくれたこと、礼を言う。
なぜあなたがここに？
Oh, hi there, General. Did you enjoy the show?
自らの足で赴かなければ、長老のご公説を賜ることはできないと思う。
I take it he did. He did enjoy the show. Just look at that subtle grin on his face.
録音の後半を求めているようだが、それは望まなくとも行われる。私も宝庫の福波将軍に手紙を書くつもりだ。 正義感にあふれる彼女ならきっと公正な処置を講じてくれるだろう。
Well, thankfully most of the time you do have enough time before the combat starts to rearrange the team. Just the hard part is remembering to do that. I myself tend to forget it sometimes that yes, I can actually open the team and you rearrange the characters, like I did in that facial fight. Sometimes I forget. Although I do vaguely remember that when the story first came out, you had to be very careful of the order in which you had your team going into the facial fight, because that one was locked in. Thankfully, in my case, I got a bit of a heads up from a friend who told me that, hey, once you get to that battle, you might want to be careful about the team because it will smack a story character on that slot. But thankfully nowadays that's not a problem. The Star Rail team has heard our feedback, they've listened to our feedback, and they've responded to it positively. So now we actually get a choice.
確かにあの方ならラフの寿命族を振幅させられるでしょう。
武勇に関して言えば将軍に軍配が上がりますが、それで我ら粒子に罪を償わせることができると思っているのなら、いささか考えが甘いと言わざるを得ませんね。寿命族は同盟の根幹に関わっている。本当に私たちに手を出せるとお思いなのですか？
To the Vingador as a whole, probably not. You specifically, yep.
最初に言ったように、私はすべての罪を背負い、身代わりになるのです。
Oh, I forgot. Your followers as well.
私の知る秘密を明らかにするための尋問だけでもかなりの時間がかかるでしょう。そして最終的に私は様々な利益と引き換えに生き延びる。この点に関してはそちらの方が分かっていますよね。これこそあなたの好む均衡の術なのですから。最後に一つ、風霊が極を出して強砲艦に向かったと聞きました。
Oh boy, you have outdated information, dude.
演武天霊で血の惨劇が起きることは想像に難くありません。
Oh boy. Oh, your news is so outdated.
同盟からの弾劾が将軍を悩ませることになるでしょう。
Oh boy. You might want to check your phone first. Check that everything is fine. There has been no information on a bloodbath of any sort. Sure, there was an attack by the Borderson, but that attack has been suppressed. Hule has been defeated, and General, you can actually scratch that. You don't have to wipe that smug grin off your face. You need to make it even more smug grin right now.
残念ながら今日強砲艦にいるのは運気軍だけだ。観客は一人も乗っていない。
Sorry, Dauran. Your plan, it's just face planted.
ああ、そういえば。風霊は運気軍の包囲網の中で息絶えたと。
Yeah, seriously outdated information that Dauran possessed. Just look at that smug, tiny little grin on that face. Well, in this case, the general deserves the right to be smug. Yeah, how does it feel to have your entire plan be completely ruined? Doesn't know if he should laugh or cry. The operation will have shown us ended the messages from the Realm Keepers. This is too long. Hey, meanwhile, Saga is mourning for someone. You're such a ham actor. Oh, March. There's so much. We didn't get it. Didn't have a chance to say. Between me and Bailu, who's the better actor? By the way, this was Bailu's idea. Sorry, I can't.
はいはい遊びは終わりにして師匠たちのお見舞いに行かないと病室はすぐそこじゃからぬしらで行くとよい時間があったらまた遊びに来るんじゃぞもうおバカさんとリアルおままごとなんてしちゃダメだからねわかった
Oh, come on, can't I at least play with the kid? So that she actually has something to do that is fun and safe instead of escaping the Alchemy Commission and going who knows where. Because this one likes to run around, and we can't exactly lock her up.
仕方ないだろう。今回の狼狩りで飛翔将軍は俺の見せ場を作ってくれなかったんだから。俺が演武台に立ってたら一撃で10人の風霊を倒せたのにな。
Yeah, right. Pride was a little hurt by not being the protagonist this time, wasn't it?
元凶師匠と同じこと言うんだね。でも結局師匠は雲理師匠と一緒に探偵士に送られて強制的に休養を取らされてるけど、はあ、一番剣術がダメなうちだけなんともないなんて頑張ってくれた二人に感謝しないとな。
Oh. Back to our main team. Okay. So then, Lingsha. We need to look up Lingsha. She should be over there. In this general direction. Actually, where is she? Yep, this general direction. There you are, Lingsha. How's Yumi?
みんな大好き開拓者さんと美月さんじゃないですか。今日探偵士に来たのはああ、わかりました。美月さんと一緒に二人の師匠のお見舞いに来たのですね。
Yeah, pretty much. How are they doing?
そう、二人は大丈夫？残念だけど、ここで寝込んでるのは一人だけ。私は元気いっぱい。
Did Master Yuli run away on her own?
ちゃんと医師の指示には従ってる。今だって白露様が自由にしていいって言ったから散歩してるの。でも元凶師匠の方は違うみたい。今も寝てるんじゃないかな。
Aw, poor guy. Oh well, he deserves the rest.
何しろ風霊と激しい戦いを繰り広げたかと思えば、飛翔将軍とも戦武芸を磨き合ったんだから、あの小さい体じゃ耐えられないのも無理ないよ。
Oh, poor guy.
雲理師匠も激しい戦いを繰り広げてなかった？
Almost feel sorry for Yanshin. He just keeps getting beat up.
主命の人はラフのお子様みたいに弱っちくないの。そういえばモゼさんたちが老兵に囲まれ苦戦を強いられていたと聞きました。あなたも一緒に戦ったそうですが、怪我はありませんか？
Not a scratch. No, besides, the enemies were mostly taken care of by General Fei Xiao. I didn't exactly even have a chance to get hurt.
その場にいた運気軍から聞いたんだけど、老兵の数は数十人だったって話もあれば、数千人はいたって言ってる人もいるんだって。 うんり、ちゃんと横になって休まないと。はーい、レイサお姉ちゃん。そういえば、あの糸目の古族の医師とフードをかぶった人は。幸い、開拓者さんたちが重傷を負った昇級さんを見つけてくれました。彼は出血量が多く、しばらくは安静が必要です。モゼさんもひどい怪我だったので、二人とも私が病床に縛り付けておきました。探偵士から離れることは許しません。
Not the kind of follow doctor's orders, I take it.
3人の怪我は命に関わるものですが、ラフに艦役の流女がいたのが不幸中の幸いですね。じゃあ妖精の使節団は全員探偵士に集合してるんだね。フルーツでも買って秘書将軍のお見舞いにも行った方がいいかな。
Why not? I wonder what you like.
本当なら今は療養優先、お見舞いは禁止と言いたいところですが、まあいいでしょう。言うことを聞かない上司を持ったのが2人の運の尽きです。秘書将軍は病室を抜け出しました。彼女はバレてないと思っているようですが、探偵しないのことなら何でもお見通しです。
Oh, that sneaky fox.
ハゲツコ会を探してみるといいかもしれません。さっきそこで彼女を見かけましたので。
おや、この足音は秘書将軍ではありませんか。さては医師の言いつけを破ってまた飛び出してきたのですね。
Well, you would know better than anyone that she's not one to follow doctor's orders.
あら、奇遇ね。ここにも医師の言いつけを守らない人がいるなんて。
And then there's that as well. Pots and kettles.
僕自身医師ですからね。自分の体に対する理解ならあの龍女様にも負けていません。
Xiao Xiao, may I remind you that you almost died, and your cause of death was a dice roll between poisoning and blood loss.
医師は自分を見ることはできない。私の前では無理しないで。
The only question was which one would kill you first. Thankfully you managed to get to you in time. Now, be a good boy and sit down, at the very least.
ごめんなさい、昇級。あなたが毒を持って狼を飼いならす手を使うとは思わなかった。失策だったわ。もう少し早くあなたたちを見つけられていたら、あなたを優秀国に行かせたりしなければ。
そんなことを言うなんて、あなた本当にあの秘書様ですか。まさかホリジンが将軍の声を真似て僕の命を奪いに。
Oh, dramatic.
昇級、あなたの目見えてないのね。
And there's the thing. The amount of poison Xiao Xiao took could have killed him, but he managed to survive by the skin of his teeth. But there was one thing that Bailu was not able to save, and that was his eyes. Right now, Xiao Xiao can't see anything at all. And that's actually really sad. If you think about it, he gave everything for his friends, was willing to sacrifice his own life, survived to tell the tale, and the last thing that he ever saw was Hule just before he bit down on him and drank his blood. That is going to be the last thing he will ever see if he does not recover his eyesight. And at the moment, that hasn't happened yet. So unless we get to another story arc with the Yashin trio, and hopefully we do, because I love these three and I really need them to get more screen time. But regardless, for the time being, Xiao Xiao is totally blind. With the last memory of his vision being tied to that monster. We can only hope that when he regains his eyesight, that the first thing he sees will be something nice. Let's hope! Let's hope that when Xiao Qiao gets his eyesight back, the first thing he lays eyes on will be something nice.
波の音もはっきりと聞こえています。それで十分ですよ。自分を責めないでくださいね。ところで、暁を飲み込んだ後、あなたの体に変化はありましたか？
わからない。特に変化はないように思えるけど。でも、これまで私を悩ませてた多くの疑問が解けたわ。
生きてあなたの体の話を聞くことはもうないと思っていましたが、モゼとあの子に感謝しないといけませんね。今の結果に比べたら僕が払った代償なんて取るに足りない。
And at the very least, Xiao Qiao was able to keep his promise. Now, the method was dangerous, and the price was steep. Not as steep as he expected it to be, but steep regardless. But he managed to keep his promise to Fei Xiao and cure her of her illness. So I suppose we can take that as a silver lining.
何も不満はありません、秘書様。僕は今とても満足しています。
Alright. Now is the time when you hug it out. They will not do it, but I am going to imagine in my headcanon that after this, the three of them had a group hug. And Xiao Qiao here got all the hugs and headpats he could ever hope for, to the point where he wished he could run away. Because that's what he deserves. He deserves all the praise in the world.
私にはどうやって人を慰めればいいのかも、どうすれば人の病を治せるのかもわからない。一介の武人としてあなたにできる約束は一つしかない。
I'd also say that Xiao Qiao deserves all the tasty food he can eat. But unfortunately, if you track down a readable back at the Alchemy Convention after this, you will find that Ling Xiao's doctor's orders to Xiao Qiao include a diet of bland food. Poor guy! Poor guy! The poor guy. Well, thankfully it's only temporary. He's going to hate every single day of it, but he will live. He'll probably lose a portion of his spice tolerance, though, in the process, but he'll be fine. He will probably be fine.
目には目を、歯には歯を。
おや、君もいたんですね。
Moza, you really shouldn't be hiding your presence in Xiao Qiao's proximity. He can't see you. So if you're going to be quiet, he can't even hear you. So I suppose best hint I could say, maybe you should be holding his hand and acting as his guide dog. Or a guide crow, in this case.
宇宙は広い。あなたの目を治せる人は絶対にいる。私がきっと見つけてみせるわ。でも、その前に。
この騒動の裏にある脅威を排除しなければならない。すでに何か考えがあるのでしょう。どうぞ、言ってください。
薬王の残党の出現、堀人の群れ。黒幕がこれらの騒ぎを起こしたのは、同盟を混乱させて、最後はそれた矢のように的を外させるため。でも今回、奴らは挑発する相手を間違えた。妖精に戻ったら聖宮軍を率いて、絶対に絶滅大軍を撃ち落として、人滅軍団に遵守の意味を分からせてやるわ。
Oh, Fantilia had better counter days.
あなたはせっかちな人ですね。
Meanwhile, seat of the divine foresight. What should I say after this?
ごめんなさい。また遅刻しちゃったわね。
Well, in this case, the tardiness can be excused.
探偵士での検査に思ったより時間がかかっちゃって、なんともないって確認が取れて、やっと解放されたの。
I say you facial is better than ever right now.
お前さんが無事で何より。これでわしと軽減も安心できるというものだ。こたびの風霊の脱獄は大小さまざまな混乱を引き起こし、演武典礼も中止を余儀なくされた。想定外の出来事ではあったが、あの若者たちがこの災いを鎮めてくれたのは不幸中の幸いだ。
普賢殿が玉殿に行く前、典礼について占ってくれたんだが、書き置きには真と剣の間に歌唱の満ち引きあり、体操の層が出ているとあった。
Well, that's why.
としても無事に乗り越えられるという。
Yeah, that's why Fushuan was so confident when she left the Lawful for a while. She wasn't worried. Everything was going to be okay.
また、若者の力を信じて好きなようにさせろとも書いてあった。彼女の占いは当たっていたようだ。
Well, definitely younger generations that we're talking about here. Huayun is the oldest in the room. Jingyun is the second oldest, and Fei Xiao is... she's practically a baby. She is practically a baby. Starting from the fact that Foxians only live for about 200-300 years. So even at the top of her lifespan, she would be way younger than Jingyuan. Like half his age is like the high end. There's also the fact that 30 years ago she was referred to as a girl. Presumably a teenager. So yeah. Fei Xiao is basically a baby in this scale. She's an adult, but she's very young in the Xiangzhou time scale. Now that I think about it, here's the fun part. Fei Xiao and Huo Huo are probably more or less the same age. Doesn't exactly sound right looking at them, does it? But if we take a look at the hints, yeah, Yukong is much older. She was already a seasoned warrior in the war 30 years ago. So yeah, she's older. Definitely older. But the fact that Fei Xiao and Huo Huo are pretty much the same age based on the lore hints from the game itself is kind of an interesting and an little obscure fact that doesn't sound right, but it is.
それにしても、ラフは数百年もの間、風霊を習慣していたというのに、護送する前に強砲艦の演武台の上で死なせてしまうとは。この件が同盟の上層部の耳に入れば、また多くの非難を浴びるだろう。
風霊の死は必ずしも悪いことじゃない。話が広まれば、ホリジンの復興計画をくじくことができる。奴の野望を利用しようとする人も止められるわ。風霊の遺体は妖精に引き渡してくれればいい。同盟への説明は私に任せてちょうだい。ただ、演武典礼についての説明は悩むわね。狼狩りは無事に終わって、強砲艦で起こったことは誰も知らないけど、ホリジンが町を襲った話はいずれ広まるわ。
何？中止されたものは改めて開催すればよい。襲撃を目撃した人々を手厚くなだめ、運気軍が危険を顧みずに戦ったことを分かってもらわねばな。
The abundance war 30 years ago was a very dense event. It's like In the history of Xianzhou, there were two time periods in the recent-ish history, ish being a very strong part here, and those were the events 30 years ago during the Abundance War, and then the events 700 years ago, which was the sedition of Inhibitor Lunae, and basically everything else that happened at around that same time. People were busy during those periods.
天礼の初日、堀人が混乱を引き起こそうとしたが、偶然観覧に来ていた天撃将軍が運気軍を率いてボートを撃退した。この英雄譚は真実であると同時に広く伝わったとしても人々が好む内容である。
うん。猿王の意向に異論はない。ラフは全力で負傷者を救い、損失を補い、数週間以内に改めて演武典礼を開催できるようにしよう。
What I do like from a storytelling perspective is that those two wars are not just random events that are mentioned in readables or referenced in dialogue, but rather they are events that the characters that we meet have personally experienced and lived through, and the scars of those wars and the traumas they experience are present and are in fact a driving force of the stories that we get to experience. So they're not just background flavor, but actual key events in the story that made the characters who they are today. And are in fact tied to the events that takes place today. Like, this entire thing is connected to events that happened 700 years ago. Back when Jin Liu locked up Hu Lei. And Fei Xiao's story all traces down to the Abundance War 30 years ago. Which is really nice. On the other hand, we also have the stories that, or should I say historical events that are indeed just background flavor, like the, excuse me, how many wars has the IPC been responsible for by now? Well, then again, if they did create stories tied to all of those wars, so we would be here. We would still be going through the IPC's list of war crimes in 10 years, probably. And besides, it kind of makes sense also that we don't, because, well, in Xianzhou Lions, the history that to us sounds ancient, like 700 years ago, is actually history that has been lived by a lot of the people around because they are such a long-lived race, while the IPC is mostly made up of short-lived races. And robots. So their history isn't so much lived history as it is written history. And then there's Oswaldo Schneider, who is very much responsible for a lot of things, and hopefully we'll get to see him, just for long enough to see him get his just desserts.
ラフの方針はこれで決まりだな。だが、正直わしは内部のことよりも、この事件の黒幕のことが気にかかる。
Yeah, Fantilia.
剣木の災いから始まり、ラフは様々な変乱を経験してきた。それらすべてに絶滅大軍元老が関わっているとなると、
ホリジンを操って泉州に侵入させたり、ラフの粒子をそそのかして薬王秘伝に関わらせたり、結果だけ見れば奴の企みや功を奏してない。でもなんとなくだけど、そもそも元老は自分の計画が成功するかどうかなんて気にしてないように思えるのよね。
これまでの元老の行動様式を見るに、奴は戦いで勝利するよりも 同盟内に亀裂を生じさせたり混乱を広めたりすることを望んでいるのだろう。
先週同盟の目標は数千年前から変わっていないが、我らの矢尻を時勢に合わせ新たな敵に向ける時が来たのかもしれんな。
猿王、元帥はどう対処すると思う？
昨今の戦州は数千琥珀期以来の未曾有の事態にある。こうした局面では指し手ですら戦いに出る駒となり、その勝敗の結果は空に輝く幾万もの星々の存続に影響する。元帥がどうするか断言することはできん。だがわしらの心配には元帥も気づいているはずだ。その証拠に彼女は高校に大略を占うよう命じた。今日皆をここに呼んだのはラフの問題について話し合うためだけではない。わしらが揃って対応しなければならないことがあるからだ。高校が玉殿から通信をしてきている。人報で計算した結果を共有したいらしい。軽減、新作府の基盤を借りるぞ。
Now, Young Won is someone we will eventually get to see. Well, in Plan Arcadia, that is. don't know how to say this, does not sound like her at all. Now, they could have come back and re-recorded these lines if you ask me, because yeah, this doesn't sound like her at all. No, I actually did pull her for this account for use later, so we can go to her after this cutscene and actually listen to her voice. And yeah, she just sounds nothing like this.
獣人将軍が考えてたのは私たちのこと？それとも私たちの運命が行き着く先のこと？
Like, even with the distortion, it's too high pitch.
天撃将軍のツッコミは相変わらず鋭いのね。そんな調子だと周りの人に嫌われちゃうんじゃない？
Also doesn't really sound like her speech pattern.
この前、軽減に人命将軍や獣人将軍だったらここまで友好的な会話は望めなかったかもって言っていたのを知っているのよ。で、君は友好的に会話できたの？
実報公営北海が秘密の会話まで計算できるとは思わなかった。どうやら典礼を見るよう元帥に派遣された2名の将軍の他に招かれざる第三者がいたようだ。
Yep, that's also what I thought, that it sounds a lot more like Sparkle's speech pattern than Yang Guang's speech pattern.
同盟には軽減をその地形獣刀に劣らずっていう人もいるくらいだものね。ラフが災いに直面しているなら玉殿だって見て見ぬふりするわけにはいかないでしょ。
Oh yeah, I would not be opposed with Poyo coming back and re-recording these lines to suit more Yao Guang. Unless, of course, this is a bit of a hint that this was not Yao Guang that we're talking to. Because again, this sounds nothing like her when it comes to either her voice or the speech pattern.
獣刀将軍、交渉を維持できる時間は限られている。手短に話してくれ。
そう。じゃあご希望通りに。あの二人の囚人の尋問が終わったよ。彼らは罪を認めた。性格をラフに送り込んだことに関しては軽減の推測と一致している。あれはただの目くらましに過ぎないってね。その真の目的は元帥に謁見する機会を得て彼らの思い描く神と戦う策を伝えることだったの。
渓流とあの異邦人はどんな策を提示したんだ？
Definitely doubt that this is the same voice actress that they eventually ended up giving Yao Guang.
言葉で説明するには難しい壮大な策でね。
Though I suppose,
その肝となるのがあの金髪の異邦人の棺にあって。
I suppose, it also actually makes sense from that perspective that the voice would be distorted to oblivion because perhaps they just hadn't locked in the voice actor for her character yet. And judging by the speech pattern, they hadn't exactly locked in her personality yet either. So yeah, I would not be opposed to Hoyo going back and re-recording the specific conversation to align more with what Yao Guang ended up becoming.
あれには繁殖の残滓が入っているそうなの。
And yeah, this is also the moment that it is revealed that Luocha carries a piece of the bug in his coffin.
名工家祖の亡骸ってこと？
正確に言えばその一部ね。あの二人が思い描く未来ではそれで確実に呪音仮想を倒せるそうよ。
Yeah, just casually carrying around a body part of the corpse of the Aeona propagation. No big deal.
でもその前に神と戦うにはより大きな同盟が必要になる。だから彼らは先週に盟友を紹介したの。天才クラブ会員番号81。ルアン・メイの名前は聞いたことあるでしょ？ 3、2、1。時間ぴったりね。
Yeah, definitely doesn't sound like Yao Guang.
この客人をどう迎えるか。その難題は君たちに任せたから。自分の名前を覚えていますか？
And this was also a significant time in the Star Rail history. Because this quest actually happened before the... this takes place, story-wise, before the Pinnacle epilogue. Before we pick up Someday, specifically. And this is also the quest where it is revealed.
私は天先週ラフの将団
That Tenyu was still alive. Before this quest came out, we had no idea. When this quest came out, we knew. And everyone was relieved. And with that, the feud from Leon is over. Oh! Actually, this is major. Now, I'd actually completely forgotten that it was this quest. I remembered that only Yuli's visitor verification was the Trailblaze Continuous quest about the sword. So yeah, I had completely forgotten about this. Turns out Yuli is actually allowed. Bloody me and my bad memory. But yeah, but it is also true that the Ruan Maid's participation was not really speculated that much before all of this came out. And hold on just a second. There's something I need to do. Something major I need to do. Because this also means that Yunli... Now then, where is she? Yunli. Where's Yunli? There is Yunli. There is Yunli. And she is hereby unlocked for use in, well, for now it's just going to be Simulated Universe and the Currency Wars, but, perhaps, eventually. Oh, wait. I don't have Yunli on this account. So yeah, that was actually a mistake on my part, and let me just quickly correct that. There. Now it is correct. A prescriptive of reality. I completely forgotten it was this quest. I genuinely remembered it was another quest that unlocked Yunli, but yeah. It turns out doing the wolf hunt was not exactly a fruitless quest, but it actually did unlock character. Who knew? And with that, this is complete. Now there is actually just another small section that is part of the storyline, but that one requires you to do the warden, so we are technically done with this part of the story, and just in time for the end of the stream as well. So nice. Now then, achievements. What do we get? A lot. We got a lot. Got the story achievements, and then also apparently, yep, Heavenly Hand, which is basically Facial's technique, and the Full Warfare Fennec, which actually requires some luck, which is a single battle use Facial's ultimate to reduce a target's HP to 0 when using Bolt's Thunder, Blitz, or Borax Skyward the 6th time. This was lucky. Everything else is basically scripted. Thank you for those 50 jades, I will gladly accept those. Oh, not there. But yep, pool situation is not all that good. And I doubt I'll be able to scout together 9 pools before next week. But that is basically the situation where we are at. And if I am unable to get the Japar naturally, I will force it. I will have to force it after the next questline we do. And what is the next questline? Well, the next questline is going to be, as mentioned, we are kind of taking a bit of an interlude from the main story to go over the story of the unfortunate, smug, a bit of a scumbag, but eventually, somebody who eventually will become a hero, the man named Scott. And there is one more part in the story of the man named Scott before the Plan Arcadia story. And that is actually the Fate Collab Part 1. And then where was it? I believe this is it. Though it does require first to do a Trailblaze Continuance, if I remember correctly. But yeah, this one. Or actually, it's not this one, this is the Penaclian Grail War that we need to conclude. Specifically. Which I believe we already have the story for. There it is, that's the one. The Fate Night in Dreamland. And that is going to be the one that we do next. And if by the time I finish the story, I have not pulled Japar naturally. When that day happens, after this we're done with this questline, I will spend every single one of my base tickets. If I fail to get Japar, I will force Japar. Even if that means having to do something very disgusting. And do this. Now, I will not do that immediately, of course. I still have other means like the exchange shop where I can actually get 11. This is a lot less disgusting, but still kind of disgusting. But as you can see, I am pretty well off when it comes to pulls, so I can afford to force it and still have enough left over for a soft pity. Or actually a bit more than a soft pity. We'll see if I'll actually end up doing that, but yep. That's the plan. We either get Shepard after the next part of the story, or we'll force Shepard after the next part of the story. One of those things will happen, but that is a story for another day. For today's stream, we are unfortunately out of time. Now, next stream is going to be on Friday, when we will be playing Genshin, and I can't promise we will head to Nordkrai, because we still have a lot of things to do. But we will progress as far as we can. And then on Monday, we will continue this specific adventure in Star Rail and follow the story of the man named Scott to as far as we can. That is a story for another day. Until then, have a good week, have a good night, and I hope we get to see you again on my next stream. Bye bye.